Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Evelyn. I'm here to introduce you to a new level of entertainment. The stars have aligned, connecting Brooklyn, New York, Sacramento, California, and Atlanta, Georgia. The team. Introducing Flatbush, Brooklyn's finest, the boss, Chef Choupino. Hailing from Sacramento, California, is Andrea Lynch. From the dirty South Atlanta, Georgia, is your boy, VictorFREEZE Music, or just Vic.
Our phone jump is the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting down doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all that's an offense. Hit me, chain, Jude, let me peachin'. With our bull shaking to my maybe drop ins. So they won't buy, and I say, so they won't buy you to give play. Baby, tell me what you want. Jude, I know you need fun. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all been moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't hard. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care.
Pop it, baby. Come roll with me.
All night long.
My times relax, my mind's relaxed. I got by now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough, I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I'm putting up. Whoever let you go must be them as far. Wait for, girl, you so fine, I pay for. Fly you first class to the lake for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long.
My nigga, I killed it. Night long. It's the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she fuck this nigga. Make sure you fuck this nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Vibing, driving all night long. I don't care what they say.
That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass, nigga. Prophet the One. Follow me on all Instagram sites, PROPHETTHEONE. That's Prophet the One in case you couldn't spell. But if you could, you already got it. Like Prophet like God, and then duh like duh, nigga. And then one like nigga, I'm the motherfucking one, nigga. You can't miss it. Follow me now.
What the camera was, let me talk to you. Yo, man. It's the first five on the break. The first five. That's it. Yeah, man.
They got light right here, bro. Still light, bro. The light shine right.
Yeah, still in light, bro.
Yeah, it's shining light too. I know.
Yeah.
I just seen that shit on my camera.
Nah, you guys, that's like too bright. You just like. Oh, yeah.
Hey, it is too bright.
Yeah, man. You know, we just trying to be part of great deeds. Do what we do, nigga. You know, they play one of my shit, right? Real niggas gonna play this for the girl every night.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Having a little bit of a technical difficulty. Bear with me one moment. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream while we get this thing here situated. Aha, here we go. I don't know. Apparently when I checked the manual for this camera thing, they said something about too high a degree of sexiness may have an impact on the natural performance of the equipment. So I think I just voided my warranty, y'all. Yeah, I'm on my light skin shit tonight. So I heard. What's good? Let me make sure this focus is focused. Got the light situated in a different way today. Yeah. Oh, damn. What the hell? Oh, there we go. And lint on the joint, you know, that ain't a good look. Oh, yeah, I got to fix that. So let me bring these folks up while I fix that. Andrea.
What's up?
Big Vic, what up?
Yo.
Well, Chef goes blank to get the lint roller. Hold it down. What up, team?
How are you, Vic? How are you doing?
Your sound is mega low.
My sound is low.
Something, I don't know what your microphone is doing right now, but your microphone is super low. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's kind of low, yo.
That's you, Chef.
What's up?
That might be you. She sound good over here. Both of y'all sound clean.
Go ahead, Andrea.
Okay, so can everybody
She sounded
hear me?
a little lower than you, but I could adjust to joining the StreamYard, so we good.
Okay.
We
Okay.
good. So y'all hold it down real quick.
How you doing, Vic?
I'm smooth.
You smooth. Okay, that's good.
Uh-huh.
You been doing okay?
I'm bringing it back.
You bringing it back. Oh, okay. That's good. I'm glad to see you. Since you don't answer your phone, you know that?
You don't call me no more. That is what it is. I see how it is.
No, I have.
Okay.
I have
You
left you.
shut and moved on without me.
No, that's
Okay.
not. I have left you a couple of text messages. You don't answer your text messages, boo. Okay.
You know the rule about me and text messages now. Okay. Definitely don't leave no voicemail. That's what. Okay.
Phone, Vic. I'll be calling you. Answer the phone. Okay. You just send me to the voicemail. Okay.
You got me mixed up with your other boyfriend. You got to go to the V's.
Oh yeah, I'm jumping back in. I'm jumping back in for the bullshit. Let me tell y'all about Vic. Vic
Oh
is the
shit!
motherfucker that you send a text message, right?
Okay.
And then you have to call him to tell you that you sent him a message.
Thank you.
He's one of those.
So
He's like,
you might as well skip the bullshit and go straight to
Yes, he is like that. Okay, I be texting him like when he called me.
This.
And he don't be answering his phone call. You know, I'm the only girl in his life, so he don't be answering his phone. Okay.
Gabby, can you get Daddy his gray hat in the bedroom, please? It's not looking right now. In the meantime, in between time. Yeah, man. So
Vic don't answer his calls. That's all I do know. Okay.
Nah, Vic, dude. Well, yo. Let's see. Let's see what the love is looking like in these YouTube streets. Don Frank, what's popping? What it do? Of course, we got Andrea. Mika Marcel. What's up? What's going on? Our garden is on deck. I see 12 people looking, but I know we got some folks that are sitting in the clouds, and it's okay. Enjoy your time, and one day you will be willing to descend upon us and grant us your grace, right? Oh, snap. Victoriously Shay. What's going on? She looks like she's looking straight through our souls. Souls. Thank you, baby.
Shay. Put my glasses on. I can't hardly see my damn self. My eye infection.
There we go.
You know what, man? I'm already sick of your light skin shit.
I do have an eye infection. Okay, I do. I can't put makeup on my eyes. Okay, girl, eye infection. Okay.
Yeah. Day one. What's going on? Welcome. Hey. Let's see what we got. New faces. This is your place now. So grab you your room. Quantum. Dawn, what it do?
What's up, Don?
Mrs. She said.
Okay.
I don't see Mr. He said in the spot, so we have to make sure that we maintain perimeter so the fellas understand she married to the homie. So any new rocks in the garden, just remember that flower's taken. Please.
That's that landmine.
Right. Watch the landmines. Hey, Lizzie. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to see her yesterday, go to E-Black's channel and check out a show I do over there. We do it every week, one day a week. It's called Prime Cuts with Chef. And we had a really interesting, fun time yesterday.
We sure did last night. Where was you at, Vic? We was missing in action. Okay.
Nobody don't send me the invite no more. See, I'm out the loop. They think I'm making it up. Y'all gonna see in a minute, chat.
What are you talking about? First of all, you supposed to already get notifications on Chef Andrea, E-Black, and whoever. What's up with them notifications, man?
What's up with your phone? I don't understand. What's wrong with your phone? You don't answer your text. You don't answer your phone call now. What's going on with you?
Well, where was my notification? Chef, didn't you send me a notification for something I was supposed to tune into? You sent me a link to watch something that I did watch.
Okay. That was something that I wanted you to watch.
Right. So what happened to the link to the shit that you was on? Why would you send me a link to another nigga shit and not yours?
Watch this. Because what I was watching, you don't get notifications for. But you get notifications for E-Black, your co-partners, right? And me. So you would have gotten a notification. You don't got your notifications right. I'm sending you some random shit that you don't get. You feel what I'm saying? Did you send me a link when you went on at 5 a.m?
Oh, thank you.
I ain't care if y'all okay.
Okay. Okay. Let's keep it moving.
That bullshit, okay?
Let's keep it moving. Joanna, Washington, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's
Don't speak to me,
going
Miss
on?
Washington. Don't even speak to me.
Peace, peace, peace. Who else we got? Quantum. Hey, Aaron Laura on the spot. Aaron Laura on the spot. Yeah, but like Blizzy said, get the lights up. Okay. We can remove the landmines. Mr. He Said is in the spot now, so he shall be responsible for his own flowers protection at this point. What up? He said, yes, Dawn. We don't mind if you watch from the bushes. Exactly. All right. Ty, Red Lipstick Vibes in the house. We have a star-studded cast. TCW, Trash Can Waves, a.k.a. Ocean, because you look at the hairline, you might start drowning. Oh, come on, Don. You already know. It's 24-hour shits. All right. So, what's up, y'all? Saturday night.
Yes, it is Saturday night. It's hot in California.
It's hot in Cali, huh?
It's hot in Cali.
As she adjusts herself. It's like the drama has already begun.
It's hot out here too. Okay, it's hot. It's 104 out here.
Okay. So today.
Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Oh shit.
Hey. Derek Driven. He said belly full, still chilling. Man, I got run the road like my Jamaican friend them. Yeah, man. Respect due to Flatbush own chef listening to you live on YouTube from City of Brotherly Love, my man. Whoa, it's 99 degrees at sundown in Arkansas. Shit.
Whoa, what?
Tell your ma, tell your pa. You know the rest of the song. So,
peace, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
99 degrees at sundown. Damn, man, it's too hot.
What? At sundown, 99 degrees, man. I'm thinking that's the time where you're supposed to get some sort of light, you know. So let's talk.
Yes.
Any current events? Anything that popped on the news you guys are interested in discussing?
And how you feel about Lil Boosie after he got on his response?
Ooh.
You asking me or you asking Vic?
In the face.
You asking me or you asking Vic?
We are the team. I'm asking the team. Okay.
Start with Chef.
Why you gotta start?
And I
with
don't know.
Chef?
I don't know what response you talking about, Andrea. I ain't hear him say nothing in particular.
Do you check your Instagram?
Let me tell you something, girl. This shit is I do this just for y'all. That's it.
I just want to know. Do you check your Instagram? Do you check anything we see? Because what's wrong with you?
So question. So you didn't hear his response? Just in case you didn't hear it? All right. Hold on.
Okay. Because you off your game, Vic. Okay, you off your game. I'm just
Let me tell you something. Okay, you want to talk about game? Yes. Where is my special Andrea Lynch special on sports topic of your choice? I'm ready to get back to the action.
Oh, you ready to work? Okay.
I'm waiting on y'all. I'm waiting on you and blessed in the world. Okay, I wanted to see who was gonna tag in first, and ain't nobody want to fight.
Yeah, okay, well, you should have told us something. You can't answer your phone. Answer the text, answer the phone. Okay.
Everybody else can get me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't change 3 damn phones messing with you and Chef, and somehow y'all the only ones that have issue. I think it's your phone.
Do you get a new number? Do I have the right number? Is that the problem?
I don't think you have my old number. Maybe you do. I don't know. We'll figure it out after the show.
Problem. Because I sent you a text a couple times and said, Vic, call me. And you ain't called.
I told y'all this was unscripted.
Okay.
So we bring the Vic up to speed. Hold on 1 second. We're going to pull up the Boozy interview, and this is going to be kind of a continuation from the other show where we covered Boosie's reaction of being arrested. Here we go.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? Y'all tuning in to Get Hip TV. As y'all can see from the title, we got Boosie speaking out about the recent situation that took place with the police. So stay tuned and hear what Boosie had to say about it. But before we get into the altercation, explain.
Check this out.
All that Boosie had to say.
Check this out, man. I lost my cool this morning, but I've been being targeted, man. Every time I pull out, my car's getting pulled over. I'm getting pulled over. I'm tired of that. I came to Georgia to do right. I ain't I'm doing right. I ain't in no trouble. I don't fuck with nobody. I ain't in no beef out here. Most of the police respect me, especially in the city. But I'm being targeted, bro. I'm being targeted and harassed, and I ain't going for it. I came out here to get away from all that, and I ain't gonna back down. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I ain't gonna back down. Straight up. They just me every time, shit gotta stop, man. I went and filed complaints on them yesterday. We went and filed like 6 complaints on them, like this shit gotta stop, man. I came out here to do right, bro. I ain't into it with nobody. I don't start shit with nobody. I ain't finna have no police problem. I ain't going for that. You want smoke? We gonna have smoke. But I ain't finna be scared to leave my house. I work too hard for that. Bro. I ain't no way I'm gonna be scared to leave my house.
So that's what Boosie had to say about the recent situation. And y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on this down in the comment section below. And I assume that most of y'all has already seen the video of what went down. But for those of y'all who haven't seen it or want to see it,
Peace, love, and light to Get Hip TV on YouTube. We appreciate you. Understand fair use, but thank you for dropping that so that we were able to snack from that play, my brother.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't come outside.
Okay, so
he's saying
so now in terms of now what we saw in terms of his verbal response and everything that we know about what took place with Boosie. Because I remember in terms of that conversation, there was a little bit of question on, we were talking about how he feels. I was talking about how Boosie feels.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I know there was some other thought processes that were in there where people were thinking other things. After seeing his little speech right there, what do you think about what took place? Because now we know all the facts.
Okay, so before I speak, do you care to change your position on any of the things that you said during your original stream?
It didn't come with a question. My question come with a question. Okay, watch this. I don't change any position on anything that took place. I stated it was an illegal stop. It was an illegal stop. I stated that it was false reason that they utilized to stop him, which was 100% true. Okay. It's already been verified by police officials, police advocate, even a very astute police officer that we happen to know who's been on our show that literally called it an illegal stop, even based on the police officer's words.
Yes.
The police officer stated that he stated the reason he pulled the truck over was because the license plate was not visible and it has to be visible for 50 feet. that actual rule applies to the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it also applies to any obstructions that you have around it. Tag light violations only take place during the night, because the night is when the tag light is employed in order to light up that driver's license. If you watch the video, there was nothing around that driver's license. Not even the dealership, frame that's around it. That was a lie. Everything that they did within a good amount of things that they did within that stop were illegal. He was raging at the illegality of the stop that took place. So now if you want to go and try to hold me to this detail or that detail out of 20, it means nothing, because the overarching argument was that it was an illegal stop and he had the right to feel that level of rage, especially he's never been convicted or arrested for a crime in his state, and he came to the state for peace, to leave the places where it was more dangerous for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to argue about, I said his socks was colored green or this and that, it doesn't matter if the whole situation is fruit of the poison tree. So go ahead. So that's my answer.
Well,
cool. So go ahead, Andrea.
No. I asked you a question, and then you asked me a question.
No, really? Hold on. She's wanting to answer. I hear you. I'm gonna let everybody clear the air, clear the floor. Say what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say I'm not going nowhere. I'm here all day, huh?
So listen,
just for you,
a question.
Okay? About tablecloth.
Wait. I asked you a question, and you said in order for you to answer that question, you wanted to clarify. So I just took the time to clarify the shit, and now you're gonna have somebody else go.
It's okay,
All right, no worries. Go ahead, Andrea. Do your thing.
He won't. Hey,
Go
we
ahead.
need more smoke. I love it. Put the wood chips in there.
Can I answer?
You act like your answer ain't coming.
All right, go ahead.
Your answer ain't coming, Chef.
Go ahead, Andrea.
That's what the little buzzer on the table for. It tell you when your plate ready. Go ahead, Andrea.
I mean, I still think that he was they stopped him for no reason. Okay. And I believe he did press charges. Whoever stopping him and tagging his car need to stop it. He had a little weed in there. Okay. Y'all harassing him. And I understand what he's saying. He tired of this. He came to Georgia to not be harassed. He's not a criminal in Georgia. So why are they harassing like he's a criminal? And I think that's a shame. And the pain that he kept saying, I'm tired of this shit. And then the thing is, what I find was funny with the video was the minute the cop came and pulled him over and he got out the car, the first thing he did was put his hand behind his back. What was probable cause at? What was the search warrant at? I want to know that. Because you smell some weed. Man, that's that bullshit.
Okay, so for everybody who don't live in the South and not familiar with Georgia, this is a good old boy state. So if you was thinking it was otherwise, just because they say shit like Chocolate City, they are only speaking to the actual municipality or territory of the city of Atlanta, where Atlanta PD patrols. The Atlanta PD is primarily Black. That's who they talking about when they say Chocolate City. You understand? The metropolitan area and the surrounding areas, yes, there are. Is very diverse and there's a high absorption or density for Black faces in the entire circumference of the city of Atlanta. But the further you get out, the more ignorant or let's just say the more of a dice roll it is when you're dealing with law enforcement outside of the city of Atlanta. Inside of the city of Atlanta is where the tickets are, or the marijuana is decriminalized, where you get a ticket for it. Outside of anything that would be considered Fulton County, which is very easy to cross that barrier, and people aren't always aware of where they are, they will still lock your ass up. Now, it is not the priority anymore But if they don't got nothing else, they will definitely use that. So there's a thing that they do, and they've been doing this shit for a long time. That's how they build these cities up. They fill the jails up and they run the tickets into the ground. And everybody who don't want to show up for court or don't want to risk getting hammed up for a long time, they plea out or they just pay the ticket. And the issue is this: when they pull you over as a standard, I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. As a standard, what they're gonna ask you after they ask you whatever they ask you, I don't give a damn how polite you are. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, you don't have anything I should be concerned about."
Yo, can you talk about illegal car stops? You talking about legal stops? We just proved it was an illegal stop. Can we stay within the frame of what's going on?
Can you let me? Can you let me flow?
That other shit.
Can I flow? Can I flow? You don't gotta like my flow. Just let me flow.
You on
let me flow.
Track 4 now. Go ahead.
Just let me flow. Skip my CD, you don't like it. Pull it out, throw it out the window. Queen Latifah style. Now, first thing they're gonna ask you, or last thing they're gonna ask you, which they're not gonna allow you to leave that traffic stop until they ask you. And it's almost a trick question, like asking somebody, did you tell your parents you're gay? Either way, yes or no, you're gonna be wrong. So what they're gonna ask you is, do you have anything in the car that I should be concerned about? And you're gonna say yes or no. If you say yes, you're getting searched. If you say no, they're gonna say, well, then do you mind if I search? You're gonna be like, yes, I mind. And you know what they're gonna say? Well, we can do one or two things. You can wait here for another hour for the K9 to come, or you can go ahead and let me search. Because they want to search. That was the thing. They used to pull people out on the side of the road by the fucking dozens and just search everybody's shit as they felt, based on their own personal biases or suspicions. And you don't have to be a celebrity. That's not necessarily a celebrity thing. As far as his tag being marked, if you've had any run-ins with the law, if you've had anything that they have on file, it comes up. And especially if you have any drug charges, automatic. They're gonna pull you over and see what's up with you.
Only in that state. That's why I say he had no charges in the state of Georgia.
Hey, listen, I haven't ran Boosie's record, and I don't know that to be true or false.
I'm telling you the truth. All you got to do is Google it, man, dude. It's in the news.
Bro, why you so aggressive, bro? This is family in here.
That's the way that I speak.
It's way too aggressive, bro. I'm literally in the process of acknowledging the fact that I'm gonna accept your premise because I haven't checked.
No, but Boosie said that. Boosie said that he's not a criminal in Georgia. He said that. He said that.
I can pull the stuff up on the screen. I mean, the point is
pull it up. You know what I mean? If you just want to satisfy the point.
So the whole point was, because the reason that the whole Boosie thing was brought up was the fact that the man was pulled over illegally. And it was brought up about the actual feeling that he had. And we were talking about the feelings that he expressed and the feelings he was going through. Now, you've normally stated that you take feelings out of it because you're numb to certain things. So in terms of that particular conversation, I understand you were not going to find a line of inference from what he was going through because he was popping off. And all you was talking about was, yeah, he popping off, but he doesn't know what's going to happen. We just talking about the state of mind that somebody that's innocent, that's being harassed, because for the record, you may not know, he had been pulled over 7 previous times within 2 weeks. 7
times in 2 weeks?
7 within the 2 weeks.
Oh, it's a problem right here.
And it was a legal stop, and it was confirmed that it was illegal. It was a legal stop. And lawyers, cops, including the cop we happen to know, said that he is entitled to some legal compensation, which he can get based on the illegality of that stop. They even changed during the video that we saw. They changed the reason they pulled him over.
Yes.
So that's the piece I'm talking. So when I ask about how do you feel about that, and then you start to tell me about giving, you know, a dissertation on the counties and the municipalities and all of that.
I'm telling you how the law enforcement in Georgia moves as a whole. I'm talking about how law enforcement in Georgia moves as a whole. I'm bringing it back to that, yo. I mean, if you got somewhere to be, I'll just shut up.
I'm not saying that. You're taking us around 285, man. When 85.
It's cool. You sit in the passenger side while I'm driving for a minute. It's cool. Relax. I got this.
Go ahead.
I ain't got nowhere to be. I'm right here with you. We good. Now, what I'm getting at is Boosie may be feeling that he's being targeted, which is why when I was in the chat when y'all was having this conversation, I stated the things that I stated, but I also said he may also be being targeted. So it's not to say that he's wrong or he's fishing or it's based on something else. But when you dead ass wrong, Big Gift said, can't make no moves when you in the hands of the man. When you dead ass wrong, when them folks pull you over and you got them just threw the damn blunt out or whatever, and you know it smell like a pound in here, you got to be cool, man, because you dead wrong.
But Vic,
you dead wrong.
He just said he was stopped 7 times in 2 weeks. So you don't think that's wrong? What highlight? What
you're ignoring the abuse, and what you're doing is you're telling the abused, because obviously if it's illegal, that's an abuse of power. So what you're doing is you're ignoring the abuser and you're telling the abused, well, you know how it is, man. You know they like to whip ass for no reason, so you got to wear thicker pants, man. You know how it is.
Okay.
What that does is that helps in proliferating exactly what the dirty cops proliferate. Why? Because of the fact that they say, hey, you know how we do. You know what to do. Assume the position, motherfucker. And what you're doing, instead of speaking on the negativity of it, what happens is you just saying, hey, y'all, it happened, so you need to know what to do. But we're not talking about that. We're addressing the wrong. We're not addressing this is how it is, laws of the jungle. No. We're talking about right and wrong. And it's okay to talk about right and wrong. That's the only way shit gets fixed.
7 times is a little.
7 times in 2 weeks, and that doesn't stir anything.
That's a lot.
So what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Let's go with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say this is the 7th time you've been pulled over. How on the 7th time you getting pulled over, you got weed on you?
There we go again. That's you missing it.
And you smoking. You say I'm missing it. I ain't missing nothing. I've been in Georgia for a very long time. And I'm saying that if you thought that just because we complaining on YouTube or because Boosie making threats that he didn't get his motherfucking head split open for, that people get their head split open for less by them same polices, they was very merciful. They was very merciful.
You know what this sound like? It sounds like if that was an illegal stop and they ended up illegally popping his head off, and they just happen to find cocaine in his blood, you would be talking the same shit. Oh, you went through all of that and you still got cocaine in your blood when they killed you, but you're ignoring the fact that they killed him. We are talking about the illegal stop. We are not talking about his behavior because he was not even driving. They couldn't see him in the car. He was not driving.
Did you know, Chef, did you know that what they got a charge called terroristic threat, right? It's an automatic felony.
You're talking about after the illegal arrest. We're going back to that. You're talking about
what I'm saying is I'm not Boosie's motherfucking lawyer. I'm not Boosie's lawyer. If you want to talk about Boosie's feelings, that's your plate.
But that's the whole reason.
That's a millionaire.
But that's the whole
reason. He's supposed to know how to play it by now. By time number 7, by the time I get to number motherfucking 5, number 3, I'm gonna be making some motherfucking changes. And I'll be damned if they gonna catch me, motherfucker. I'm gonna be so squeaky motherfucking clean when I take their ass to court and when I go and show the motherfucking tape. They're not gonna have weed on my tape. They're not gonna have me making threats. They're not gonna have nothing. So that when I make my motherfucking lawsuit, when I make my hold on, man. I don't need no help. I'm saying when I make my lawsuit and I make my claim and I petition the public, motherfuckers, I want actual people to be behind me. I don't want no naysayers, including Vic.
Well, honey,
I don't want nobody. I want everybody on my motherfucking side because they giving me it's predictable at this point.
This stream don't work tonight.
Yo, peace to Joanna Washington. Thank you for the $10 Powerball.
This stream is already done.
Who said I was stopped in Arkansas and weed smoke came out. Cops and me were laughing. Car search. 15 minutes later, on my way. No harm, no rage. All white cops. I was high. No ticket. Love the South. All right. Some people definitely, depending on the police officers that you get, that will, you'll have that outcome. But for the record, like I said, in terms of the questions about
you want me to feel bad for Boosie? Is that what you want? Is that what you're trying to say?
We were talking about. Wait, hold on, Andrea. We were talking about the.
Is it wrong?
Hold on a second. We were talking about the illegality of the stop.
Yes.
Now that you know,
like you say, there's a lots of people who already said whether the stop was legal or illegal. I ain't no lawyer or no police, and that ain't my motherfucking position to be playing and sitting here acting like I know.
Then you can't speak to it at all.
No, I can speak to what the part that I know about. I defer the other part to people who know more, and that's their expertise. Well, I do have quite a bit of experience because guess what? Guess what? Had it been at night, and they can say tag light, just like they was trying to say.
It wasn't at night.
If it wasn't, you talking about this what if shit. I'm telling you that if that same shit happened a couple hours later, he wouldn't have a fucking leg to stand on. All I'm saying is, if he get off by a good lawyer and a technicality and he lucked up and the Lord was on his side this time, I'm telling everybody else who think they Boosie and that they're gonna get off by talking shit to the police and getting a lawyer to try to get them off on a technicality, come to Atlanta with that shit, big money or little money, they're gonna play your ass up out the game.
He was not arrested. What do you mean get off with a technicality? You realize they gave him a citation? You know what that is? They didn't.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video? I'm just asking a
question. Yo, y'all got to relax, man. No, what are y'all interrogating me or some shit? I'm just making my opinion.
Asking questions to you because you don't want.
Why? Can I just make my statement without interruption? Is that possible?
My bad.
I'm just saying y'all a little aggressive. That's all. Pull up.
So look, yo, I hear everything you're saying in terms of that situation. Like I said, he received a citation. He wasn't driving. He was a passenger.
He could have just as easily got his ass took in for a week.
Right? So you've been kind of controlling it for a minute. What I'm saying to you is that he received the citation. What they found was not even an arrestable offense.
Weed is not an arrestable offense in Georgia.
Okay, once again, I'm going to help you out again. See, that's why I'm saying that knowing the facts, did they find, listen, they gave him a citation. What they found was not an arrestable offense. You get ticket, they give you tickets for weed. It was not an arrestable offense. He was not arrested. It was an illegal stop. Knowing that it was an illegal stop, that's the only part I'm talking about. We're not talking about how I respond after something negatively was done to me. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the negative thing that was done. Now, you don't want to address it. It's cool.
I'm saying let's talk about just let's just talk about the illegality of the stop, right? So let's just make the claim, okay? Nate and everybody else says it's an illegal stop based on all these technicalities, and they let him off and gave him a ticket for whatever.
There is no let him off. He got a ticket, so there's no let him off. He's off.
I don't know what that is you're doing, but I need you to stop doing that. Now, back to what I'm saying.
You interrupted your interruption.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro. What are we doing? I'm just saying, man. I'll go on, man. Anyway, so there's been quite a few people over the course of history who have been harassed by the police. famous and infamous. And at the end of the day, just like drugs and killing, police corruption and excessive force and abuses of power will always be here. They're never going to go away. You're not going to legislate them out. And unless you just put up all robots and all cameras and every ticket will be sent through the mail, you're not going to get rid of that. So I don't really give a fuck to talk about the police was wrong. The police do fucked up shit in every state and every county in the United States of America. And it don't matter how good or bad the municipality is.
But doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean.
Who said anything about it being right? I'm talking about this nigga that was up there showing his ass and was.
Georgia, he has a right to live in Georgia. He has a right to be peaceful. He has a right to drive. He has a right to not be pulled over 7 times in 2 weeks. Come on now,
right.
Big. Come on. I'm just saying.
Okay.
What if it was you? What if it was your child? You'll be okay with that shit?
You don't gotta be okay with it. That you making a point. You don't gotta be okay with it. They do all kind of shit. They do all kind of fucked up shit. So the question is, how you gonna play it when they do it to you? And I'm telling you, the way he played that shit, it could have went way left, and he got lucky.
The question is it right?
Nah, it's not cool at all.
Okay, then we're done talking. Then we're done talking. Because that's what we were trying to get you to say. Is it right? He's been pulled over 7 times in 2 weeks. That shit is not right. And I don't care if he's got money. Wrong is wrong.
That's the equivalent of telling a girl that got raped that well, you know how it is out here. You shouldn't have been wearing that dress.
You goddamn right. Because
so
you're not gonna stop that shit.
So
you're not gonna stop that shit. I don't give a fuck about that PC ass shit. We talking about reality. Bitch, you walk out there with your ass out on a late night, you gonna play yourself.
Got it.
Okay, we're moving on.
Got it.
Give a damn if it's right or wrong. Sometimes you put yourself in fucked up positions and then people play you.
Boosie wasn't even driving. That's the whole point. He wasn't even driving.
Yeah, he thought that was gonna be enough. But what I'm trying to tell you is that when you driving behind a motherfucker and you blowing weed and you got the window open, cracked, or any other different, or got the motherfucker closed, it come right through the vents and right out your motherfucking car anyway.
But that's not what they found.
And the people behind you can also smell it, including the police, who may also be behind you. And they may be looking for any lame ass reason to pull you over because they know for sure they got something. And when you got your motherfucking windows tinted to the max and they don't have any idea who you are, whether they do or they don't, they're going to be curious. These are things people know. Loud music, tinted windows, and marijuana has a very distinct and very loud smell, and you ain't smoking that bullshit, so I already know the shit is kicking like goddamn pandas. So at the end of the day, when a motherfucker pull up to your window, legal or illegal stop, you can beat that. You can beat that. But if you want to survive and have an opportunity to beat that, there's some things that you should do in between there and getting your justice. And he played that shit all wrong, and he was very lucky to be alive. And he could have played his partner in the same time and got both of their asses beat and or shot.
So what you're saying is what they say to LeBron James, shut up and dribble. What you telling Boosie?
Why can't you address what I'm saying?
I'm asking what you saying. Basically, what you saying is you telling Boosie.
It ain't no. I'm saying what I'm saying. Address what I'm saying. Don't compare it. Address what I'm saying. Do you think that it was possible that he could have played himself to the point where he was a martyr instead of just a citizen whose rights have been infringed upon?
He was upset. He was tired. What's the point?
So he act like a man. Let me tell you something, man. I don't want to impugn that man, but what I'm trying to say is that I understand his frustration.
Do you?
You understand? I'm from Cobb County, Georgia. Anybody from Cobb County, Georgia, or been through Cobb County, Georgia, heard the stories about Cobb County, Georgia. It ain't much different than Crook County, Chicago. There's certain places in these United States that are known for being corrupt, that are known for being excessive, that are known for abusing power. And if you don't know where the fuck you at, there's certain ways you got to play it. And it wasn't a healthy way that he played that. And there's a lot of people that look up to him. And the fact that he's going to get away unscathed just may lead people to believe that is a way that you can and should handle it. And I'm telling those people, not Boosie. Boosie got more money and he could give a fuck what Vic think. But everybody else who thought that what he did was cool and honorable, understand that man has no idea how close he was to death that day.
Can I say something?
Saying what he said and moving the way he moved.
Can I say something now? Nobody was saying what he was doing was right and wrong. The whole conversation was about the amount of pain that the man was feeling at that time. The conversation was based on feeling that you targeted and having to deal with this kind of thing often, especially when you were not breaking the law. This happened to the man 7 times. So what we were focused on was how the man felt wronged at the time. But the only thing that you can focus on is his behavior after he was wrong and after he was in his feelings. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the assault on his rights. We're not talking about how he behaved after he was bruised. People normally have adverse reactions to adverse situations. It's natural. But what took place was that you literally were making every excuse for the cops without even knowing any of the facts, while we were trying to focus on what was wrong with what they did. And then when it came time, the closest you could get to talking about what they did was wrong, you're saying, why were you using a hypothetical when you have this one here? That's what you're doing. We're using the real situation of what we know. And you say, well, if it was nighttime, if it was anywhere else, if it was such and such, we get all of that. We're talking about right now. We're not talking about his reaction. We're talking about what caused the interaction. It was not them smelling weed. They said it, they didn't walk up smelling weed. So it wasn't about them smelling weed. It wasn't about them, the windows rolled down with them blowing weed out of the car. It wasn't about them bumping loud music. They wasn't talking about none of that. The only thing that they can articulate was that they couldn't see the license plate from 50 yards away. And it was clear as day, and there was no obstructions on the license plate, and that was a new vehicle. There was no obstructions that were shown in the vehicles. So that's the point. I'm just talking about the crime, the actual crime. The actual.
That's not the point. That's your point.
Yeah, right. It's my show,
so,
and that's the point that I was making on the show. But in terms of making that point on the show, you taking it to another point without focusing on what we're dealing with within this point. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's the point we talking about, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm talking about the actual commission of the crime, I'm not talking about the people that the guy who got stabbed, beat up after he was stabbed and he was pissed off. We ain't talking about that. We are talking about the crime and the type and what being targeted in that way, the kind of feelings that it could bring about. People normally target us for previous misdeeds. People normally target us for previous misdeeds. So that's one of the things that's one of the burdens that people have to carry. But when they're not in the middle of those misdeeds, then they should actually feel that they should be left alone. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Joanna says, I agree with Vic. Yes, the cops are wrong. However, dude played it all wrong. F your feelings, legality when dealing with the police. I get all of that. I'm not talking about that after part. You're looking at the whole totality. The only reason that we brought it up was about the violation. But what I noticed in certain circles, you bring up a police violation, and normally people will tend to give all of the reasons why the police may have been right in the situation. And that's natural. That's natural. You know, that's natural. There's some dudes that I know they live such hedonistic and fucked up lifestyles that when you talk about situations about fairness within relationships and this and that, they will always take sides of the women because they know that they treated women wrong. And they feel that they have to somehow universally undo their misdeeds.
But
or level the playing field somehow. So I get it.
The only difference between Boosie and the average Joe is Boosie is a famous person. He got money. So are we gonna say it's still? We still gonna say it's still wrong that black men are being targeted and being pulled over for no reason? So the only thing different between Boosie and the average Joe is he got money. So if it happened to the average Joe, it's still wrong. And let's be honest and clear, we don't like that shit. And I don't understand how black folks act like it's justified.
So to acknowledge that something is means that you give your consent and say that it's okay. Is that what you're saying? That because I'm not making a big fuss and clapping my hands and talking shit and these fucked up police and they do us, you do yourself. And let me tell you something, right? I have a partner, right? He used to break into houses for a living, right? And everywhere he go, they know him. They know the cars he be in. They know what he looked like because he had, some silky hair and shit like that. So he had a very distinguishable look. And the whole idea is that, that was a very interesting day. I could have lost my life that day. But he brought heat because the police stopped just because they saw him, not because anybody was doing anything wrong. Profiling is a very real thing. Police get to know your name. They get to know the cars you're in. They get to know the people you associate with, the places you frequent. And they'll wait. You go to that club, they'll wait till your ass pull out because they know the likelihood of you having a drink is very high. And all they're going to do is wait for you to not turn on your blinker 100 yards from the stop. It wouldn't matter. They'll find something. The law is very broad and vague in a lot of places. And it gives them a lot of freedom of movement. Now,
it's illegal for them to fabricate something, though. It's illegal for them to fabricate something. It's illegal for them to fabricate something. That's a fact. That's a fact. There's cops that have been fired. There's cops that have been fired and arrested for beating on a person and not putting it in the freaking report. There's cops that have been arrested and fired for planting drugs on suspects. Fabrication of evidence, fabrication of probable cause is illegal. It's a crime. So I get all the other shit of people that can live within the word. But what I'm stating is that faking it, lying, making it up, if proven, it's a crime. It's a crime. So let's not forget that.
I agree. Right. I mean, more than one thing can be true. I'm not what I'm saying is the things that I'm saying is not to negate anything that you're saying. These things can exist in the same world. You understand what I'm saying? You're addressing this side of the coin. I was just addressing the other side. That's it. You feel free to move on when you're ready.
So let's say we're gonna leave this at a stalemate. We talk on one side, talking another side. So in terms of the dynamic of the conversation, this one ain't moving any further. All right. So we're gonna leave we tabling that one.
You're on mute, Chef.
Yeah, I'll say, hold on a second.
Okay.
Hello. Let's be clear about something, okay? We all got things that we are healing from. We all got things in our life and our past that we, we're working on, that we're growing from, and etc. We all have experienced some type of hurt, some type of trauma. But ain't nobody gonna sit back and just allow you to continue to use what you've been through as an excuse. At one point or another, you're going to have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, wipe your face, and get back in the game. And not just showing up so you can be with an individual, but you got to show up for you on a regular basis. You got to take care of you on a regular basis. You owe it to yourself to become the best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself to be happy, to be at peace, to have sanity. You owe that to you. Choose you, get up, dust off, and move forward. You're not the only one, baby.
You on mute, Chef?
That's your clip. So talk to us.
I listen to her all the time. Okay, and I love her, and what she said was right. So I really feel like you gotta let some things go, move past it, dust yourself off, and be better and show up for yourself. And so what she said, I was like, yeah, that rings, that touched my spirit. You know, you can have a sad story. You can move. You can pity for a while, but gotta dust yourself off. Get back on the get back in the game. Get back to moving. And you gotta do it, and you gotta do it for yourself, not nobody else. You on mute.
Vic.
Nah, you go ahead.
So in terms of her argument, I definitely understand her argument 100%. What that argument is, that's a rebuilding argument. It's a rebuilding argument. When we talk about grief, there's stages of grief. There's multiple stages of grief. There's multiple stages of healing. When you get cut, you get stabbed, there's different stages of healing. Some involve the swelling, some involve the pus buildup. You get the bruising. You get the blood starts to scab. Eventually, it goes to scarring. At some point, you may not even feel it there. At some point, you won't even remember it's there until you just feel that little bump when you touch your skin. There's stages of grief that people need to go to or go through in order to have true healing. And I think in order to progress true healing, we have to understand that different folks heal at different times and at different stages. Before we can push the physical therapy and the healing stages, we have to make sure that that individual is stabilized. Somebody may cut me, I may drop a pint of blood. The next person that gets cut may be a hemophiliac and they bleed out. Hemophiliac could die from a paper cut because of the lack of their blood being able to thicken at the normal rate of regular people. So what do I feel about what she's saying? What she's saying is some straight up medicine, but it's not necessarily medicine. It's therapy, which comes after the medicine. What she's speaking is the moving on after the healing. She's not necessarily talking about the actual medicine, the immediate trauma. But yes, that's the conversation that you give. But that's not the conversation as the person still bleeds. So Vic.
I think you're both right. You're right about what you just said. As far as in people heal at their own rate. And she's right about just because you hurt don't mean you're the only one hurting. It's kind of like when people talk about, you know, what they're going through physically in the playoffs in any sport, what did the rest of the players say? Man, what? We all playing through something. We all injured. We all taped it up. We all took a shot in the leg. When we put the uniform on, and you see that number or that name on the back, they expect something. And you go out there and deliver. And if you that hurt, sit your ass down. Take the time. Other than that, we're going to see you and expect you to perform. So, you know, let's just say it's like a 5-minute rule. It's not that you don't address your pain and you don't address your grief, but after you feel sorry for yourself for a few minutes, get your ass back up and get back in the game, because the world don't stop just because you do.
All right. So I know you were saying, and I appreciate that you were saying that you thought Andrea and I were both right. Do you have any of your own?
No, I was saying I'm not 100% sure what Andrea was saying, because after that, but I was talking about the lady on the video. So if Andrea was agreeing with her, then I agree with both of them.
All right. So we're gonna keep this one moving. See what we got here. We're gonna play a Vic clip.
We could be prosperous together. It's so true. Like honestly, like let's break this down for a second. Did you know that there's $1 million in every single person's family? Right now, you probably have 4 family members who are literally paying about mortgage or rent $1,500. Well, this is New York, so to $2,500. I live in $1 million home. Do you know if y'all just sacrificed just 4 years together, y'all put a deposit and just paid the mortgage together and put the rest of the money that y'all was paying regardless to the side, then you guys could refinance the property and then go buy something else. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's like we have to work in unity and togetherness. You know what I mean? When I first bought my home, we have to work. No one is allowed to buy something that all of us can afford individually. So yeah, I was living in an apartment that my sister could afford until we all could afford $1 million property. I couldn't drive around in a Maserati until my entire family could afford one. And so that's important. Like we have to.
All right, Vic, go ahead. That's your clip.
Yeah, reactions on y'all.
You know, in terms of what she's saying that Black folk don't know how to save money and don't know how to work together in order to build. What she's speaking specifically to is ignorance within our culture on pooling wealth. That's what I get from it.
What'd you say, Andre?
I heard what she said, but I don't mean everybody want to live together. I'm sorry that I don't want to live in my mama's house. She got my nerves, and I love her to death, but I couldn't do it. So I agree with what she said. She's right about it, but everybody can't build like that. Sometimes you gotta do it on your own.
No, everybody won't deal like that, and that's the difference. Because you understand, if you have, you know, some kind of a criminal, you understand, I don't think you'd want to bunker up with certain types of people, you know, that may be detrimental to your health. But with the exception of something of that nature, someone who would jeopardize your freedom, then we talking about what she led with. I don't know if you was able to hear what she first said. And if let me turn my shit so I can see. If you see, it says there's $1 million hiding behind your family's ego. That's what that actually says on top of the clip. So ego or pride or attitude, I gotta have my own shit. I can't stay with them. That is what's keeping your ass at the limit. You living, but you ain't thriving the way that you could, even if you are. Whatever you doing, it could be multiplied. And the whole idea is not so much that, well, you know, we got to have our own shit and I'm going to be up and they're going to be up or whatever. The whole thing is that the key statement that she made is nobody can afford something until everybody can afford something. And I don't know that she was speaking to black people. I didn't hear her say that. Maybe she was. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is she's saying that her people definitely not only subscribe to that, but successfully subscribe to that. She said 4 years, not forever. She said if you can make a sacrifice or whatever kind of sacrifice you think that it is to hunker down with these people you may not like or care to spend your days or your nights with, if you can suck it up, G up for a 4-year time span and take the rent that you normally would have paid and continue to pay it in, and you all pool your resources, you can buy up. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. When we first moved to Georgia, that's the first thing you did. If you look around now, half of the places that I can only speak, you know, for places that I know, but all of the old hoods and stomping grounds that I used to come from, full of Mexicans now, because they raised the rent up so to the point where white people ain't like, oh, I ain't paying nigga no $1,400 and they ain't changed nothing, they ain't upgrade nothing, it's still the hood. Mexican like, shit, move over, we got it. Because they can afford to do that because they pulling resources anyway. It's really not that big a jump for them. You know what I mean? So the thing that you can afford today, you may not be able to afford on your own tomorrow. You may have to downgrade your lifestyle. But if you can find people that you can work with, whether they're family, friends, or whoever, as long as y'all can unify momentarily, y'all can all have similar, if not the exact same level of success. And the thought process of somebody saying that I won't buy this until you are also able to buy this, that group economics, that's what we missing for sure.
Okay. All right. I understand. But that doesn't mean what's successful to me could be different from successful to you. And I'm just saying some people can do that and I think it's good, but not everybody wants to do that. And I feel like everybody has a right to do that. That's my own personal opinion.
You got a right to do a lot of things, but I mean, a lot of times we talk about what we got the right to do. Sometimes we got an obligation to do certain things too, and sometimes obligations trump your rights. And you know, if you can't get along with everybody and everybody don't want to do it, you know, pick the people that you can get along with. Pick the people who do want to do it. You know, and allow that, you know, to be a booster in your life, you know what I mean, to put the right network around you with a like minds and things of that nature. You know, no man or woman is an island.
So let's talk about I'm glad you brought that up. Let's talk about when you mentioned obligations.
Yeah, because I was
and then I'm gonna go to the super chat shortly, but I want to hear specifically when you state about what obligations that we have, because in terms of having an obligation, that's almost an internal feeling of owing something, owing a particular behavior, a particular lack of behavior. So when you start to speak about obligation, right? Obligation comes from a subjective point of morality. You know, if I'm a good person, then I'm obliged to do this kind of thing for these people or for this kind of people. If I'm a good person, I have to protect somebody that is being hurt and they can't protect themselves. Those are obligations. If I love this person, I feel obliged to protect, provide, you know, all of those different things. So those are obligations, owed behaviors, right? So I want you to kind of talk a little more about the obligation to make that happen. Because within a capitalist society, that's not an obligation. Within a capitalist society, you know, that's something else. That's a choice. It's not an obligation. Within a capitalist society now, within a Marxist, socialist, communist society, for instance, that would be more so of an obligation. It would more so be something that was a forced dynamic. So I want you to speak more to the obligation aspect of it.
And what obligation do we have when you're grown and you can do your own thing? I'm not obligated to my parents. I'm not obligated to my children. I'm only obligated to Andrea.
So
we're going to go back. So let's do this, because I definitely appreciate Joanna in terms of being vocal and as well as putting her time. You know, money is a fruit of her time, putting her time up to speak her speak. Mm-hmm. So we got that one. All right. We're going to go to the other one. I agree with Vic. Yes, the cops were wrong. However, dude played it all wrong. F your feelings and legalities when dealing with the police. Yes. And you're totally right on this. In both in the first and second sentence, and actually all three. The only thing that I was talking about, Joanna, was the first part. Yes, the cops were wrong. I was only speaking to, and the conversation, if you saw that show too, was just based in the cops were being wrong and what the cops were doing. It wasn't about how he was reacting to it. It was a conversation within a bubble about the illegality of what they were doing. And the fact that it could stir up so much emotion, you know. So I could rock with you on that. Next one, I'm trying to understand who told us this world was fair. Why all the emotion about being stopped at all? I don't get it. So this statement right here, wow. I don't get that. Everybody hasn't lived the fucked up existence that you may have lived. And everybody hasn't gotten off where, you know, you say you got stopped by the 20 white cops and you were smoking weed and high and you got off. So maybe the way that you feel is based on the fact that your ass has been extremely lucky all of this time. I got choked out by the police when I was going to cook a gourmet meal. It was in the books. I was a victim of police brutality. And it was a white owner of that store that had to fight to get them off of my back and off of my neck.
Are you still mad?
I can't call it mad. I call it disappointed in terms of the aspect of life. Yes, though, in retrospect, I'm 29 years older than I was at that time. So,
are you still traumatized, Ian?
I was, but I you could call it a bit of drama. You know, when I do encounter police on duty, there is a part of my mind that's on what I would call tactical alert. There's a part of my mind that would be on tactical alert. And here's the kicker. Mm-hmm. I would not have behaved like Boozy. Mm-hmm. But Boozy went through more police contact than I had.
Nobody's excusing Boozy's behavior. What we question is the aftermath of why he's being stopped 7 times in 2 weeks. I'm not excusing his behavior, but his behavior wrong. Yes, it was. Do we tell our son to act like that? No, we don't. But at the same time, is Boozy has a right of the United States of America to say that he's upset about getting stopped in 7 times in 2 weeks. And at the same time is Boosie got money to go after the cops. So why we can't respect how he feels? Why we can't honor that he's moved to Atlanta to have a better life? I mean, what's wrong with that? I'm confused now. Black folks get on my nerves now.
Joanna, I ask you a question, Joanna, just to say, if you found out an innocent attorney who was committing no crime was pulled up on by the police and they shot him dead, would you share the same level of nonchalance? Would you share the same level of nonchalance and say, well, look, shit happens? You know, it almost feels like, well, look, you know how many times I got off on some bullshit? So somebody got to get bit. That's what it feels like. There's nothing wrong about feeling. All right. So let me share something about this platform here. And I'm going to be very real about it. And this goes to anybody and everybody. I'm a passionate and feeling fucking person. So if I bring up a topic talking about the feelings that are emoted from that topic, I couldn't give a fuck if somebody else is numb about it. I'm talking about the facts and the feelings. I'm talking that people shit. I'm not talking that abused nigga shit that I'm just numb to everything. I don't move like that. I create shows to stir emotion. I present images to stir emotions, to bring about the passion and the drama. EIEI. Education, information, entertainment, and intrigue. So I could give a fuck about how much stuff happens to this person, that person, and all the other shit that takes place in the world. But if I'm talking about the passion, the emotion, and the drama, and the soul-stirring essence of a particular situation, I'm going to talk about it. And that doesn't make me a crybaby. It makes me a fucking human being. And it makes me somebody that's also thinking about my audience and also wanting to get my audience in touch with some feelings and stop numbing shit down. Numbing shit down to the extent now that you accept the shit that goes on. I'm a feelings person. Numbing is not my therapy. Numbing is not my ministry. I feel. I rip the fucking scab off. I pinch myself to make sure I'm awake. So we're going to have a shit lot more crying on this spot. Trust that. Hey, amen to that. Stop all the crying. Move forward. Dust yourself off.
Jen said stop doing that.
Dust your fucking self off, you stupid victim. People get raped all the time. Shut up. Shut up, nigga. Cops beat niggas up all the time. Yeah. Y'all, I was raised by a strong black woman, stoic as hell. Complaining was not allowed. I'm not going to touch that one. This world does not owe us understanding or patience for your trauma. Dry your eyes. All right.
Shout out to Miss Joanna.
Yeah, it doesn't. The world don't owe us nothing.
Okay, yeah, she said, Vic. She says she disagrees about obligation. I don't have obligation to anyone. Folks want to struggle.
Okay, I mean, we were reading the super chat. So when you're ready to get back to the conversation, I'll explain the obligation portion.
I'm done with the super chat. I'm actually up to where we was at. I don't understand. I read her last super chat.
Cool. I'm saying you asked me about it, but then you wanted to read the super chat, so I didn't get an opportunity to explain the obligation. So
Okay,
she's responding before I have an opportunity to explain that.
Go ahead.
When I say obligation, everybody's not going to feel obligated. That's just the fact. I can't give a damn what it is, what the cause is. Even if it's literally their obligation, everybody's not going to feel obligated. People don't even feel obligated to give you good service on the clock while they're getting paid to give you good service. So the way people feel about obligation is person to person. But however, the state of America is a social contract or a social agreement. When I was born, ain't nobody asked me who I wanted to be president. They didn't ask me, did I want a president? They didn't ask me, did I want police? They didn't ask, did I want anything that it is like it is. They didn't say, do I want daylight saving times and time zones and state borders? They didn't ask me any of that shit. All of this was decided when I came into this world already. So when you come into an area, most people have an opportunity to say, nah, I don't subscribe. Nah, I don't want to play. Nah, I don't want to go along. However, in the US of A, you don't get that choice. The laws are the laws in the state that you're in, period. And the federal laws apply to all the states. Those things are not your choice. Your choice is to vote. That's it. That's all you get. And you get one of those. And just because you think it don't supposed to be that way, if the majority don't feel that way, it still doesn't fucking matter what you think. So these are social constructs. Daylight savings time, the weekend, summertime, back to school sales, diamond rings, to insinuate that now you're married. All of this shit is made up. And the only reason it works is because we agree and submit to those things. So when I'm born, I'm obligated to the people inside of my household because my survival depends on them, and these are the people that I'm most closely related to. Now, if you say that, hey, my tribe is something that I choose to remove myself from, that I'm no longer a part of this thing. I want to be an individual entity, and I trust my survival skills on my own more than I do as a collective. You may have to break away. You may have belong to a shitty tribe. That's your right. But at the end of the day, if we're in these subsects, these subcultures, you know, when you wake up, you're a part of America. Then you're part of the Black community. Then you're a part of males. Then you're a part of males that live in this state. Then you're part of people who work in this area. People who work versus people who work, who stay at home and entrepreneurs. You're all part of certain groups. These are choices. So to some degree, it's not an obligation, but once you commit to that group, you want to say, I got Black pride. I feel this way about Boosie. I feel this way about how police corruption is treating Black people, about how it's unfair in the NFL and blase fucking blah. All of these things that we complain and bitch and moan about, but then we say we individuals. Your power is in the collective. Your power is not in the individual. The fucking finger get broke. The finger can't deliver no blow like that. Unless you're Bruce goddamn Lee. And I ain't see a whole lot more Bruce Lees coming after him. So at the end of the day, I don't give a damn what you subscribe to. No one can tell you what to subscribe to, but once you subscribe to it, then you are obligated to give that thing your all. So if your family and your children and your seed lineage is all you care to subscribe to, then you need to give them your all, and you are obligated because that's what you chose. You don't get to half-ass anything. That's what you're obligated to, including yourself. You got to do with it. You got to do what it takes.
All right.
Well, I don't feel obligated. I get them to 18. That's they on their own. I mean, I did I like him. You know, I think sometimes why should I obligate myself? I mean, at the same time, is I didn't expect my parents to give me everything or give me stuff. I had to do it, get it out myself. I watched my dad do it. yeah, he's probably leave me something, but at the same time is I want to be appreciated and do it for myself. And everybody, I just see everybody ain't the same, and everybody ain't gonna be the same. Have people get on my nerves. So, what do you say to that?
Hello?
Yes, I'm asking the question.
Oh, you asking me?
Yes.
Listen, in terms of what I feel as level of obligation is, like I said, is something that you feel. Nobody else can obligate you to do shit. Obligation is not an outside feeling. I can't obligate Vic to do something. I can't obligate you to do anything. I could tell my child to do something, but I can't obligate them to do anything.
Yes.
They have to feel obligated to do it because I'm their parent. Obligation is a feeling. It's not a real thing that exists. It's not something that you touch, and it's not something they can thrust upon you. Obligation is a real feeling. And they'll put certain accountability and certain circumstance upon you if you don't do what's supposed to be done, so that you feel more obligated. I feel more obligated to follow the speed limit because 1, I don't want to kill people. 2, I don't want to damage my stuff, and 3, I don't want to get a ticket. So based on those circumstances or pieces of accountability for my erratic driving, I'm obliged not to do it. I feel obliged not to do it. So the only thing that I was speaking to was the feeling of obligation. The feeling of obligation. All right. So now, let me go through some of these comments. To understand, world is fair. Complaining was not allowed. What else? Black people would rather work hard for life than live with their family. Are you still here? Vic is on 1 point tonight. Okay. People have the right to be poor or broke, which is why I say that everybody can't go. Okay. Disagree about obligation. We got to that. I've been arrested and handcuffed 5 times. I still don't hate or afraid of police. Good for you. Chef, I can feel your energy getting emotional, so I'm going to leave you alone tonight. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You know how these conversations get, and you know these conversations have gotten hotter. You get what I'm saying? But if you choose to jump into the fray, we gonna play. I'm not gonna disrespect you. Conversations have gotten deeper than this. You get what I'm saying? And you've cammed up, and you've gone in the paint, even down to insulting guests on the panel now. So let's keep it real. I thought you got a tough skin after all of that you were talking about. You done been arrested 40 times. You got pulled over getting high, smoking weed. They let you go and all of that. So come back, gangster. Don't leave. You're tougher than that. And you're a very strong sister. And you're intellectually strong sister. And we've all had verbal repartee. And you've decimated certain people within the guise of your conversation. So we talking conversation. What you're saying is stirring. So it's okay. Even if you want to cam up, you can do that as well. If you don't want to cam up, you want to just pop up, it's cool too. But don't get sensitive now. Come on now. There you go, Vic. All right. Kaya feels what you're saying, Vic. Cool. So
can you address the comment that she left you? Joanna left you about the other situation. It's on. Let me see.
I don't know which one.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it say. It say It's right above the $5 super that check said, "I raised a strong black man."
Okay.
So, okay. The one right above that one. That one. I like you to defend yourself, sir.
Oh, so this is an assault? I got to defend myself?
Absolutely.
First of all, nice try. Nice try, smart one. Nice try. All right. The conversation that Joanna's bringing up is when I was talking about being a property owner, a homeowner, renting out a home, and some asshole that is having an issue with his girlfriend and they're renting from my property starts tearing up the house, destroying all of the appliances, ripping them out the door, busting up the house because because he's getting into an issue because his girl got caught cheating and destroying the property. And during watching that video, I said, yo, the craziest thing is I can only imagine what that property owner is going to have to deal with. Vic became upset about that, about how can I talk about the property owner? Because it's a fucking human being. And then what was funny was Joanna and I both said, and what Joanna said to you is, oh, you could tell you never owned shit before. Because you said that it don't matter if those tenants are destroying your property. You got insurance anyway. So you couldn't give a fuck what the property owner had to deal with. So we both disagree with you. Switching up, you told Vic you don't care about feelings when they're tearing up your property. I don't give a fuck about your feelings when you're destroying. My understandings of your feelings don't fix my stuff. So I'm not switching nothing up. I said, fuck your feelings when you're breaking up my shit. I don't care about if your girl cheated on you. I don't care if your girl slapped the shit out of you. You're destroying my property, my stuff.
That sound like victim blaming.
No. Hold on 1 second. First of all, you brought up someone's thing, so I want to finish answering that. Okay, you destroying my property, the blood, sweat, and tears that belongs to my family, my legacy, because you couldn't pick the right girl and you couldn't handle your own emotions. So when I said fuck your feelings, that's what I'm talking about. Her talking about switching up, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm switching up. This got nothing to do. Fuck your feelings doesn't mean fuck your feelings. What did he do afterwards? That compares to what we're talking about. Did he destroy something? No. So what I'm saying to you is that this got nothing to do with it. It was a nice try at conflation, but it don't work like that.
He said that he was gonna spit in the nurse's face. He said he was gonna punch the first white boy he see when they take the handcuffs off. He said he was gonna do a whole bunch of shit. And I believe him. And had he done those things, maybe, you know, his feelings would be justified.
Is that what Joanna's talking about? Is that what Joanna's talking about? Because I know she put that message up. I want to make sure that's what she's referring to. Is that what you're referring to in your Joanna mind?
No, what I'm saying is when you was talking about Boosie's feelings, you was all about his feelings, and that was the focus of the conversation, not the shit that I was trying to address, which would have been the equivalent to talking about the property ownership like you did inside of that conversation. So in technicality, we're both switching up. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
This time you took the feelings role, and I took the role of the callous. You understand what I'm saying? And I think she's accurate in that statement, but that applies to both of us, technically speaking.
We still talking about Boosie? I mean, I'm confused now.
Yeah, move this shit along, yeah. Move this shit along.
It just, you know, people like to hear consistency, and the fact is, you know, there's people There's
We've
people
been talking
who
about
watch
Boozy
our
almost
show.
2 fucking years.
I
2
ain't talking
hours
about Boosie no more. I'm just saying there's people that watch our show consistently, and it's hard to hold one position for the entirety of your life. Sometimes your position moves and based on how you feel today versus how you felt yesterday. Based on this situation being more personal to you and you being maybe a little more biased.
The night before. Happened the night before. This guy, and what we discussed concepts. Today our email comes from a lady by the name of Tandiswa, and she says, "Hi Kaz, can we discuss consent under the influence of alcohol? Last weekend I was out on a date. After a few drinks, I ended up going home with this guy and woke up the next morning having no recollection of what had happened the night before. It had me thinking, when sleeping with a partner for the first time, if either or both of you are drunk, how do you gauge consent?" Wow, that's a big one. First, let's start by defining consent. Consent is an agreement between participants to engage in different sexual activities. Consent isn't always verbal, but verbally agreeing to participate in different sexual acts helps to form stronger boundaries. Let's paint a picture to better understand your question. So you're out with somebody for the first time. You go to a nice little restaurant, you're having dinner, the food is great, the music even better, and the drinks just hitting the right spot. So much so that it gives you the courage to make the first move. You say to your date, "Hey, I like your clothes. I bet they'd look better on my bedroom floor." You both laugh because, as lame as that joke is, there was an element of truth to it. You have more drinks, conversation is flowing, flirtation is being reciprocated, and before you know it, mid-sentence, boom, your date plants a kiss on your lips. At this point, you probably think that your date is ready to go all the way, right? Wrong. This is where verbal consent is very important. Just feel free to ask, "Do you want to come back to my place?" And even when your date says yes, it doesn't mean that they want to sleep with you. Maybe they're just interested in interior design. You see, the thing with consent is that it can be withdrawn at any time. And the absence of an enthusiastic yes, especially when it comes to sexual interactions, just means no. Because it's sometimes really hard for people to understand the basics of consent, here's a list of things that consent is not. Silence is not consent. What somebody is wearing is not consent. Consent at another time is not always consent. Guilting somebody into saying yes is not consent. Somebody's sexuality is not consent. Someone's gender is not consent. And somebody drunk is definitely not consent. The greatest thing about sex is it can be so much more beautiful when two consenting adults agree enthusiastically to engage. So play safe and have fun. From me, Kaz. Till next time, goodbye.
Is that your clip, Andrea?
No, that's not my clip. Is that your clip?
Nope. I'm gonna go out my way and say that's Chef's clip. So you speak first on that.
Go ahead. I'm coughing. Okay.
Yo.
Go ahead, Chef.
It was my clip.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well,
yeah, go ahead, Andrea.
I agree with what she said. With the consent and stuff. You know, some people who have alcohol don't remember. They have blackouts, so they don't remember. So sometimes I think you should watch your alcohol intake when you're out. And so, that could be a hazard that you don't remember what happened the next day. So, I do agree with what she said. What is consent? So you have to be careful.
If you go, a lot of people, especially when young people and parties and college and whatever the hell else, if somebody got to tell you what you did the day before, you're doing too much. And if you can drink enough and not pass out, yet still be active, you understand that in that state, not only could you be doing those things that people told you did, you can also be giving consent. So what you're doing at that point is you're leaving it up to someone else to determine if you're too intoxicated to make that call. So if there, as far as some degree of legality, because it's all basically opinion based, you know, is one drink too many for you to say you could give consent? Is 2, 3, depending on how much you weigh, who you are, where you're from, what your tolerance is, so on and so forth. So how can someone make a clear determination if you do give consent, yet you are under the influence? Because you may not remember that you even gave consent. So at the end of the day, I think that's a very slippery slope, gray area. And if you want to be sure, you know, get your fish squirming and play the game sober. But most people, especially if they're going to be in a sexual interaction for the first time, they're going to want to be under the influence of something, even if it's not a lot of something, a glass of wine or something to knock the edge off, the jitters, the inhibitions, the things that make you clam up or nervous. So people intentionally, remove their inhibitions. So I don't know how you classify that. It's very much so case by case, in my opinion. Mute, Chef.
Said some smooth shit too. So I agree 100% with what Vic was saying. 100%. When you look and you break the whole scenario down into pieces, Vic is speaking to the responsibility, the transcendentalist responsibility piece of knowing how strong or weak you are under certain situations, under certain stimulus or stimuli. If you know you a nasty drunk when you drink gin, you recognize that you put yourself at a disadvantage for tactical awareness, because that's your Achilles heel. So you understand that you're putting yourself, and it's a dangerous move. It's a dangerous move. If anybody's gotten home or anybody woke up after a crazy night and you ever wondered, how the fuck did I make it home? That's what Vic is talking about. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage. If you ever, I had a homeboy and I don't know how the hell he made it home. He woke up, came outside. His car was on his across the street neighbor's lawn. So I get all of that. And you put yourself in a crazy position. I want to kind of speak to a different part of that situation, right? The perception part of the situation. Feelings drive a lot of this. I watched this one TikTok. Vic and you and I talked about this a few months ago. Sent it to you and it was crazy. I couldn't find it, by the way, now. But what it was at the TikTok, the guy was asking the girl, if you were drunk, if a girl was drunk and she had sex with a guy at a party while she was laid out drunk, if she got drunk and the guy had sex with her, what would that be called? And she said it would be called grape, right? You understand what that is? And then he said, so how about if a guy got drunk and then the girl went and took advantage of him, had sex with him? And the girl said, that would be cheating. She said it would be cheating. I think in a lot of these situations, there's a lot of emotion that's tied into it. And there's some sort of pre-understood predatory nature in men that puts us at some sort of higher responsibility during that situation, which is wild to me. And now we got a special guest in the spot. Bro C, let's talk the better black life. What's going on, my brother? Great to have you here. Question: what happens when a woman retracts her consent during the involuntary release of sperm by the male? Is that a violation or should it be? Damn. Bro C came through, hit us with the Rubik's Cube. He hit us with the Rubik's Cube. So let me try to tackle that one, right? Legally, I would think his legal responsibility would end at the point where movements become involuntary. You follow what I'm saying? He's able to stop only at some point. At some point, he's not going to be able to stop anymore. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was a good one. But that one would be crazy because what they're going to do in court, they're not going to be able to, there's no videotape, you know? So how would they actually be able to prove the exact moment of ejaculation based on her denial of consent? Is it a violation? This one would literally be left in the hands of the prosecutors and the jury or the judge, because this one is up in the air. Should it be? I don't think so, because it's involuntary. Once we say involuntary, that means that I no longer have any control, right? My heartbeat is involuntary. I got no control over it. What am I doing? Make my heart stop? It don't work. So once you use the term involuntary, you know, now, here's another piece. I'm going to skip to your closest one. You said he's guilty based on the law. Why he's guilty based on the law, bro, see? It's just like if somebody's drunk and some of the movements that he makes are involuntary. What they're doing is they're charging him with the negligence of getting drunk. Getting drunk and then putting himself into a space where he was not going to be able to control things like a car or like his own personal behavior. So that's a good one, man. That's a good one. You come in here throwing some crazy conundrums. I appreciate you, big dog. So what you think about what Brother C said, either of you, in terms of that question? Let me put it back up for you.
Your Honor, you can clearly tell in the tape that my client was in a downstroke and was unable to.
Right.
Hey, listen, man, like I say, it's too much gray. It's too much gray. You know, if you want to have control, you know, you gotta make that I think I don't know, man. Cause that's interesting. Because to be able to say in the middle of the act, I had enough, and now the complexion of the situation has changed. Because, you know, everybody had to agree to get started, but everybody don't have to agree to stop. So, you know, you should have the right to stop at any point you want, yeah. But as far as legally, to be able to hold someone's feet to the fire to say that they have now violated you, I think, you know, there has to be a statute. Like, for instance, in football, for it to be considered a fumble, you must make at least 2 football moves. You must turn upfield and make an attempt to make 2 football moves. They have a standard before they can say you have control. So in the same instance, there would have to be some kind of a standard to say that once someone has said stop, then there has to be, you know, X and this has to happen, or, you know, you have to allow blase blah, you know what I'm saying, this amount of a time frame for that person to, respond to your request. So, we all understand that inside of a moments of passion, people be clocked out. Your mind isn't the same. Post-nut clarity is a term because it's very much so real that inside of that fog of a sexual state, people are not themselves within the sense of the word. They are themselves, but their mind is not present and functioning at its full capacity the same way someone isn't there when they're raging out. So how much you say, okay, that was a crime of passion or temporary insanity. We have a lot of legal minutia that allows for people's mental state being clouded by, an emotion to basically protect them from the actions that they took inside of that mental state. So I don't understand how one of the most emotional states you can possibly be in would be excluded completely from that. So that's, like I say, it's a real tricky conversation that I don't like to have.
All right. Uncle Clarence said, can you see the screen at all?
Who, me?
No, I'm talking about Vic. I'm asking if you can see the screen. Because Uncle
I see
Clarence.
it.
Okay, good. Because there's the next one, Brother Clarence. Because you heard him, he said that all the woman has to say is stop, and you must stop. And then he said, you are given no grace for the involuntary compulsion. Does that change the dynamic of how you feel or what you see?
I addressed all of that in my statement.
Because for the record, we have to make sure we give Brother Clarence's pedigree. He actually teaches classes, related to what I would call quasi-sexual dynamics between males and females within the workplace. He gives courses on explaining to men about the perceptions of certain behaviors and pretty much how to keep brothers safe within, and training in terms of keeping yourself safe from different harassment and microaggressions and things like that occur in the workplace. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bro C. So you have anything to address in terms of that piece, Vic?
Like I said, I think I addressed the points that he made inside of my statement already.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna pull up the next one. Here we go. Andrea, how about you?
That's a thin line. That's a complicated one too.
And you're the only woman on the panel, so you definitely have to kind of, tell us what your no looks like.
Hold that thought, because I got somebody in my ear looking at me. Hold 1 minute.
I believe no is no. No is definitely no. Do people have responsibilities for the situations they put themselves in? Yes, but no is definitely no. As a father of daughters, I have to feel that as well.
Yes.
Go ahead, Andrea.
Yes, no means no. Yes, no means no. But yes, no means no. But it is complicated, and when alcohol and substance is involved, it's a tricky situation. And so I even tell my daughter, I'm like, if you're gonna engage in something like that, you don't be engaged in alcohol and stuff, because then it's gonna put yourself in a disadvantage. Just me saying that. You're on mute, Chef.
No, I said that's that's safe. It's a safe way to play it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brother C, he was concurring with what I stated about what he does in terms of his professional expertise. He said, thank you for giving your bro a little grace, answering my question. Bushido bow. He's talking to us. Back at you. Yes. So we're going to run the next clip. Andrea has one. All right. It looks like, you know, she got that bounce on, so she looked like she got the pee. You need a second, yo? Tell one of the kids to give you your bucket. Your live stream bucket.
I'm good. I got this fan over here, and you say you can't hear me, so I have to turn my fan off. So I'm having a hot flash moment, okay?
Right in the eyes of the law, even though consent is initially given. Yeah. Strong performance, bro. See? Yeah, he came in and threw the nasty curveball. I see you. That was dope. That was dope. So we're gonna go with Andrea's clip next. Let's see what we got.
No. No, I tried that. I'm terrible at that. I found one thing.
You announced it.
Yeah.
You gotta turn it up.
Bigger question for you right now: are you retired?
No, I tried that. I'm terrible at that.
I was about to say,
I found one thing.
You announced it.
Yeah.
You announced it.
Yeah,
you said, I'm retired.
Yeah, that was.
You made the world say, oh, damn, farewell.
I just needed a break.
Okay.
But I really thought that, I was really burnt out that time. I was releasing an album every year, 96, 97, 98. And then in between that, soundtracks, other people's album. And I just looked up one day and I was like, tired. I had never been on a vacation till like, I want to say 2000, like my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was just really burnt out at that moment. And
how long do you think the break was that you took?
Not long. I just needed maybe a year, maybe 2 years. It wasn't that long. It was like maybe 3 years. Because I remember I went to Def Jam. It was 3 years, actually.
You took off, and the bigger question for you right now: are you retired?
No, I tried that. I'm terrible at that.
I was about to say,
I found one thing.
You announced it. Yeah. You announced it.
Yeah,
you said, I'm retired.
Yeah, that was.
You made the world say, oh,
yeah.
And I actually.
Wait. That was your clip. Okay. Have it.
I'm not sure what I was supposed to get out of that.
Did it tell you anything? Or?
I mean, people get tired, even in doing the thing you love. You know what I mean?
I could tackle it then.
Self-care.
So I could tackle it. I've experienced that feeling. I've experienced being somebody that consistently performed at a high level and became a victim of my own success or the imprisonment of success. Just like that guy that won the championship the first year. It's one thing he won it the first year. The pressure is not going to be as hard as him the next year because they figure that he may not get it again. He may come back, but then that person that won it 2 years in a row, the level of pressure and performance is higher on them. It's the burden of performance because now you've excelled to a certain pinnacle that now you feel pressured to continue that onslaught. And it's a high degree of pressure. And at some point where you continuously do things and perform for folks, people want you to do better. They want this project to be better than the last and better than the last. The imprisonment of performance. If it were not for the imprisonment of performance, I would not even be here on YouTube. How is this big ass corporation that I work for let this bald, bearded, tattooed up Negro ex-rapper, ex-record executive do what the hell that he wants in terms of training and bringing corporate initiatives. Because of my high degree of performance and because of the level of communication that I bring to the table, I'm just doing this on YouTube for myself now. But the burden of performance is high. So in terms of what I got from what he was stating was he had a high burden of performance to deal with, and it kind of took him out of the game. But it almost made people look at him crazy because he had the nerve to think about retiring. At some point, we have to know when to hang it up, and we have to know what we need to give ourselves in order to keep giving others. So I think that it was more of a cautionary tale in terms of what we view as success and pushing for that success. You know, that's just me.
Can I talk now?
No. So we going to the next clip. And
to be honest, the reason I sent you this clip, because I watched it a couple times and I thought about you and how I say, I don't want you to get burned out.
Oh, tell them about that. Tell them about that speech too, because I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm still getting used to the YouTube thing and how to do this shit correctly. So if you got complaints, I probably earned every single one of those complaints. I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? We have to find that blend of civilian and YouTuber to make it work. If I did the right thing, I might be at 6,000 subs. Who knows? You know? But Andrea is more skilled in this. And there was one day she literally came and hollered at me and was like, Chef, I think you should cancel tonight's show. Because remember, y'all, I'm a corporate executive and I'm working every day. I have a family, I have children. You know what I'm saying? So she hollered at me. So go ahead, do your thing.
So when I seen this clip, when Jay-Z said he never took a vacation, and he said he was burned out, and so I told Chef, I know we in this game together, but I know I have had friends who got monetized. After they got monetized, they were burnt out, and so I tell him, like, look, we don't got to go on tonight. Shoot, I'll make an executive decision. We ain't going on tonight. Take some rest. I don't want you to get burned out. Because you get burned out, you ain't gonna be no good to nobody, not even your family. And so when I seen the clip, I was like, man, Jay-Z was like, he was putting album out, even helping people doing soundtracks. And I'm like, that's what, this clip, I didn't even send to Chef. I only sent it to him the other night because this clip reminded me I don't want him to be burned out. And this is why I chose this clip, because it reminded me of him and I don't want him to get burned out. And so I tell him, I said, hey, we ain't got to go on tonight. Hey, take a rest. Hang out with your family. I'm good with that. I know what burnout means. And so that's why I picked this clip. I thought he would got the hint why I picked the clip. But I understand what Jay-Z says. I understand about being burned out. You know, I love being a foster mom, but some days I'm burned out from it. It takes a lot to be the best foster mom you can. So I tell people, take a rest, take a break, spend time doing things you love too. Trying to take care of everybody else. Sometimes we feel obligated to take care of everybody else and not take care of ourselves. So this is the reason I chose that clip, because I thought it was a profound what Jay-Z said. And I thought Chef would have got the hint that I made it the clip just for him. You're on mute.
Yeah, I picked it up. I saw that. I was like, that's what I talked about. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you did there. You got that one. You got that one. You got that one. You trying to come with no zingers on the low. All right. I told you not to tell me about it. All right, cool. Vic.
Yo.
So I didn't choose that clip.
I mean,
no. Hold on. Come on. Let me cut. And this is from me to you. You always working, my dude. And that's a commendable thing in this world. You always working. In terms of the stuff that you deal with, and we talk all the time on stuff you deal with and go through. You don't have to. And I think that you can potentially burn yourself out. I don't want that for you. You feel what I'm saying? All three of us doing that shit in our own special ways.
True.
We doing this thing. We living our lives. You get what I'm saying? But I think that clip actually is pivotal for all three of us because of the high degree of functionality we need to be at for the other things that we do outside of here. You know, we literally are responsible for people. We are responsible for people in some way, shape, or form in terms of the jobs that we currently do. Which means that it sometimes it leaves not enough for us for the rest because that bread. So I think that was to me, I think that was a great cautionary tale or a great clip, especially coming from somebody that is doing things at such a high level. Peace to Jay. That's doing something at such a high level where some people would say, oh, Dad, I'm getting all of this money for doing this. You know, I sleep when I die. And then they only end up resting when they die. So I like that one. That was a nice clip, Andrea. What up, cuz? What it do? Cuz of Gabriel and Spot. What up, Erica? EH, aka To Be Loved. What it do?
You know what? I'm just thinking about it. It is a great advice for all three of us.
Yeah, I want to speak to that for just a moment.
Okay.
I don't know that I've put it like this. I've been up, but because of my goals, I've never been up enough to feel like I earned the right to stop. And even if I feel like I've done enough to take a break, I feel like, you know, the moment I start taking a break, I can't even enjoy it because I'm thinking about how far I'm getting behind and how much I could have done. Opportunity cost. You know, so it's not even, I can't enjoy it. It's like celebrating too early, like before you get in the end zone. So
that's not what we're talking about, though. We're not talking about popping the champagne. We're talking about the pit stop.
No, trust me, I understand, but it's just my perception. I understand, you know, change the tires, whatever. And I do certain things regularly to try to keep my sanity, if you will, so that I don't crack or take out, you know, pent up frustration or just, you know, pure you know, exhaustion or fatigue and respond in a way that is outside of myself. So I think having a opportunity to speak with other people is you know, with people you respect or that can hear you out and things of that nature is essential for things like that. But it wouldn't matter what it is that you were doing, whether you loved it or you didn't. You can get burnt out on anything that you don't pull up from. But I've never really been able to take more than a couple of days. And the one time I did take a break, someone forced me to do it was like a week. And it was because I was on a cruise ship and I couldn't get back home because if I was somewhere where I could have just left, I would have left. So at the end of the day, you know, I ain't really necessarily built like everybody else. And I feel like the people who desire greatness, that burden of performance is almost self-inflicted to a large extent. That feeling of obligation whether other people put that on us or not, we feel that we have to fill these roles. If we don't do it, no one else will step up to do these things. So, that's why I grind, and I don't feel like I have the leeway or the room to call myself stopping to smell said roses. You want me to smell a rose, put it in front of my face, because I ain't gonna stop and I ain't gonna slow down, because the grind is very real. And hopefully, it won't be forever, but the word says endure as a good soldier. This place is not your rest. So I'm not really looking to get so much out of this life to say that, oh man, I lived it up and I did it big and blase blah. I feel that obligation. I feel like this is a life of service for me. So it doesn't feel as much as a burden as it may feel for others, to me directly, speaking only for myself. I take joy in being the motherfucker that can push through, who can work night and day. I got plenty of other friends, and they enjoy the hell out of their lives, and they might make less than me. And they kicked up they PlayStation, and they enjoying it. Like, nigga, you need to slow down. Like, nah, nigga, you need to speed up. You want to go out? Why? You need to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's. And I'm always the pace pusher. I'm the pace setter. You know what I mean? I'm the pace car. So yeah, go ahead.
Rest is required. You see what Tubi Love said? She said, "Great minds think alike." Oh, let me go to the first one. I was just about to say that, but I earn my breaks, and I don't break when it's still work to do. Okay, hold on. Yep. Great minds think alike. It is it's self-inflicted. You make those sacrifices willingly. Plus, sometimes people try to slow you down because they can't keep up. So let me break something down. Hold on. So let me break something down. Let me break something down to you.
Okay.
All right. Remember, I told y'all I got to YouTube because a freaking millionaire who is a high-level corporate executive within this company. If you heard people say the company I work for or whatever, you heard it. I'm not saying it again. He said to me, brother, you are my top performer and my top producer. And you burning the candles at both ends, and I see it. We lost one of my coworkers, high-performing coworker, generated a lot of money and a lot of production value for the company. And her fiance went home, and he found her laying on the floor in the kitchen floor dead. I was stressed out. Just came back from going up to Chicago to go bury my lady's grandmother. Losing people left and right to that affliction, all kinds of stuff. And it was bearing on me. And he was like, you're not the same. And he called me Chef Choupino because I cooked for him a long time ago, but you ain't the same Chef Choupino. Your vibe is off. And you still working, you still doing this. I'm letting you know, if you want to take a month off, take 2 months off, go ahead, man. We got you. This place is going to be here. We as Black men, we forged so hard enough. We forged so hard because of all the pressures to do things, and then we beat ourselves up. And after my first consultation with a therapist, she literally told me to do something that does not require my responsibility, thinking about being intentional, feeding family, legacy, and all of that. Even if it's you sitting at the park and reading a book for 3 hours, or going to the library, or going to movies for 2-3 hours a day, something you want to do for yourself and not for anybody else. And I jumped onto this platform because somebody that I had watched sent me a number and asked me to jump on. That's how I got here. And it became a rest and a refuge for me. You get what I'm saying? And what's weird is maybe the monetization part of it, the responsibility of it, maybe it started turning me back on in the corporate mode. Like, all right, look. So Rest is required everywhere. If you're a bodybuilder, rest is what you need to build your muscle up. If you're a NASCAR or a racer, Grand Prix, you have to have those pit stops. It is important because, yes, you have a goal. But what people don't know, if you're operating at 40 or 50%, that's actually going to take you longer to hit that goal. And you're not going to be working as effectively. And it's going to impact your quick reaction response time. It's going to impact your quick twitch muscle response to different certain stimulus out there. It's going to have an impact on your decision making and your temperament and your fatigue and your strength and your speed. Rest is required. I do believe that rest is required. Know that I've burned myself out before. No question, I burnt myself out before. And I was talking that same shit. Yo, I rest when I'm dead. I'm trying to get to this. I had planned to be retired by 41. So I recognize I'm 9 years late. But the thing is that rest is required.
And I even said to you, you can't burn both ends of the candle. I stress that all the time to you. And that was the whole point, that I wanted you to, and I had some friends who I monetized. I seen the burnout. And so when I said that to you on the phone a couple of times, you was like, I don't think you heard what I said. But I was like, Chef, you gotta take a break. And that burnout you have to take a break. I'm not saying just don't do nothing, but you have to take a break. Because
you remember what I did? You remember what I did? Remember what I told you, son? Before I told you on July 4th, before July 4th came, I was like, yo, July 4th, I'm just telling you, you ain't working, yo. You coming to kick it with us at Guap's crib, yo. You ain't working. You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. And then when
I
spoke to you earlier in the day,
what I tell you?
When I caught you earlier in that day, and it sounded like you working, I got annoyed. Like, you weren't supposed to be doing shit. But you're sitting next to me and tasting the little piece of meat and lobster tails and shit that I'm passing on the side of the grill while I'm prepping the food. Just wanted you to kick your feet up and just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The homie knew that you was probably going to try and skate out early and go to work. He was prepared to hook the couch up for you at the crib. So at least you get some rest, because we knew you was going to peel out. You feel me? But the thing is, just know this, bro. When you got people that's thinking about that and thinking about that on your behalf, it's a positive thing. You understand what I'm saying? That means people care. You know? That's definitely something to think about. You know?
And plus, we are all teammates. We should all be concerned about each other. And the team don't go without each other. So I'm concerned about all of us being burned out. That's a thing. It's a real thing, and people don't talk about it. So that's why I try to have the conversation with both of you guys. And Chef told me too about being burned out. So so I'm trying to keep it real, like you guys keep it real with me. So I know, like I told Chef, you can't burn both ends of the candle. I'm concerned.
And look, I appreciate that to the utmost extent. That people who care about me, you know what I'm saying, more than it may be perceived that I care about me. You understand? But you know what I'm saying? Put it like this. It's not that I don't care about me, it's just that I'm willing to sacrifice me. It's just intentional. Now, Tupac was a workhorse. I'm 100% sure people told him to chill. There's plenty of stories of people telling him like, yo,
I've been in the studio with him. He's knocking joints out.
Necessary to keep, like, we just made 2 bangers. He like, what's one more? You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, Tupac's got a catalog, you understand, that would implicate that he lived longer than he did.
Yes.
And it was because his work ethic was relentless, you know, and I feel like my expiration date is unknown. I like to be old and gray. I like to have grandkids and, you know, reach the days that I could sit back and kick it. But I don't know. I didn't plan to live past 18, and I didn't plan to live past 25. Then I was like, well, damn, look like I might be here a while. I might better start making some plans to stick around. But at the end of the day, I understand there's a lot of people around me and that's not so close to me. If you just turn on the news for a few minutes, people checking out of here left and right.
We get it. We understand.
And I want to make sure that I leave my thumbprint on the world, like my 4th grade teacher told me way back when. And until I feel like I've left that thumbprint, I feel like I'm at a race against the clock to some extent, because I understand that I'm on borrowed time. I'm supposed to be out of here many a times ago. So I can't just rest. Like niggas say, hey, okay, I'm gonna give you an extension. You like, how long? I don't know. Just go handle what you gotta handle. You know what I mean? Because I didn't look at that damn Reaper too many times.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
If a doctor said you only had 6 months to live, would you want to take a rest?
I'm going 3 times as hard then. Shit, I'm finna rest for the eternal rest. The big vacation.
Okay.
That's funny. I don't know if you remember. That was actually a question. That was actually a question we had asked on one of our shows a while back. It was one of the questions we asked on the show a while back about if you knew that you only had a year to live, what would you do?
I don't remember what I said.
Your answer was different. It was different at that time. But then in terms of me and you and us knowing what we know about each other, it was different at that time. It's different now. But it's different now based on immediate necessity. But here's the thing. You said you would keep, if you knew that you knew your expiration date, and you said that you would go even harder, you sleep when you die. All right? No disrespect. You don't have no kids, bro. You don't have any children. So you would not want to give yourself some sort of earthly repose before you know you got to go. Who you burning it all to go to who? Legally to go to who? Your relatives that are older than you. Like, that's what I'm saying. What is
it's like this, right?
You said that if you just said if you got an expiration date, you would go even harder. I got children, fam. Hold on. I got children, right? Only one out of college. So I understand that me putting more into 401k, insurance, this, that, and the other investments for them, I understand that. But I'm trying to say for you, where is all of that working till your last breath? Where is all of that?
What's my motivation?
Where does those resources? What do they go to? Who? Like, what is the goal? Who does it serve? The companies.
Here comes the obligation part. Here comes the obligation part. See, that's beautiful how it came back full circle. Because everything is about your obligation. What is your source of your motivation? It don't have to be children. Even though I got plenty of children that depend on me, even though they didn't come out my ball sack. So at the end of the day, it's about how many doors did you open? How many pathways did you leave for the people coming behind you? You know, it's not about these old people who didn't get it right and who never, you know what I'm saying, figured it out and who depending on the state that ain't making it better for them. That ain't what we talking about, even though they would be beneficiaries to a large extent as well, because I don't want to see them suffer in their old age because of their mistakes. However, what do you say? The greatest among us must look out for the least among us. And at the end of the day, I feel like God gave me, you know, more than my share of talent and gifts. And when the master returns, I can't have the same shit that he gave me. He like, nigga, I gave you everything, and all you got is what I gave you. I need you to double up.
You mean tell me?
I need you to go ahead.
You mean tell me it's not a place you want to travel, you want to see? If you ain't got 6 months to live, you mean to tell me it's not a place you want to travel, see, go see, you ain't never been to? Are you saying that? Or you gonna be so you gonna spend your 6 months being obligated to some people who probably spend the money up after they get it? I'm just asking some questions tonight.
Okay. So first of all, some people find travel as rest. I don't find travel as rest. I find it to be full of anxiety and unfamiliarity, and I'm not comfortable. I'm not at peace. I'm not at rest. So where other people, okay, it's cool to look at nice shit. That's cool. Mm-hmm. But that's not what do it for me. But even still, you know what I'm saying? I don't find it that to be rest. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'd rather be in a comfortable scenario with my people, just kicking it and having great conversation about logistics and plans for the future and things of that nature to move the family forward. You know what I mean? My people are very, very much so connected. You know, a lot of people, big family or small family, they're very disjointed and disconnected. That's not how my family move. You know what I mean? You did something to one of us, you did something to all of us. So I don't think anybody in my family is the Shaquille O'Neal. There's no one who has reached that level of success. So as big as it is, everybody's looking at everybody like, nope, just got enough to feed mine. Nope, just got enough to take care of my shit. You understand? And nobody's taking it to the level where they can say, hey, let me reach out and give you all some opportunity. Let me give you a chance to show me that you're really a fuck up, as opposed to just never had a chance, never been presented with the resources to fulfill, you know, your goals. So at the end of the day, it's not even so much about family as opposed to it is fulfilling your potential. You know, it's not like, okay, well, I'm gonna die, so I gotta go party and live it up. I done did enough partying. If I die today, I feel like I ain't missed nothing. I'm sure there's more shit that I could have done, seen, tasted, or whatever, but I don't feel like I'm missing out. It's like sex. I don't have to have sex with every woman to feel like now I've climbed the mountain. I'm satisfied at this point. If I never had sex again, I'm good. I got mine. I did that. You know what I'm saying? Now I just need the one, because now the purpose and everything is different. So at this joint in my life, I feel like it's not about the enjoyment. It's not about the entertainment. It's not about the self-satisfaction and the pleasing and the pleasure. It's about the service portion. This is where I give back. You know, and if I can open one door that the people who know and love me can walk through, it don't gotta be wide. It can be narrow. But if I make a crack and some light can shine through this motherfucker where somebody can finish what I started, look at KS. He put a window in this motherfucker. And at the end of the day, there's a litany of people trying currently to climb through it. But without him opening that channel, what if he just, you know, rested on his laurels and said, I got enough money, I could chill. I'm a successful corporate what do you call him? Image consultant. I've sold all of these things. He did plenty. But no, he's had a desire. He needed to fulfill something. That's part of being that man. I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of women who feel that way, but as a man, I have that desire to reach this pinnacle of what I can do.
Well, do you think that he fulfilled everything he wanted to?
I mean, I don't know that anybody ever really does, but you know, the people who set out for greatness, let's say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just asking. Do you think he had a bucket list with things on there that he didn't get a chance to fulfill because he had an untimely death?
I'm sure there's plenty of things that he probably would like to have done that he did not get done. Because even when you scratch off your bucket list, you say, "What, you gonna stop?" No, you make a new bucket list. You know, based on the new experiences that you come in, the new things that doing that bucket list brought you to. So it's always gonna be, you know, a moving target.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you because I got a bucket list and there's things I'm not feel like I'm obligated to nobody except it's things I want to do. I have a bucket list. It's things I want to travel, and it ain't just in the United States. And I don't want to be that average girl just sit around the United States. I want to see the world. And it's a desire that I just want to be on a plane and just go see what I want to see.
What's stopping you?
What do you say?
What's stopping you?
I'm pretty much right now. I'm just being. I have blood clots and stuff, but I'm not letting anything stop me because I got dreams and goals that I'm trying to feel right now, and I'm not gonna let anybody stop me.
Take health out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Take finances out of the picture.
Uh-huh.
Now what's stopping you?
I need some time. Just give me some time. I got my bucket list. I got it written down where I want to go, and I'm making it happen. I don't care who don't like it. I don't really care who don't like it.
How many years do you think it would take you to go all of these places?
I don't want to go all the places. I just want to go to some of the places, and I'm not going to let obligation and people saying no, don't go. I don't really care anymore. I'm at the point in my life I don't really care. You going or not, or I find a new team to go with. Period.
So if you're able to experience these places, do you think you will feel different? You'll feel accomplished? What would that give you? What would you gain by seeing the world?
By seeing the world, I just want to see the world. I just don't want, like, it's funny because I'm not from California. I got here in my sophomore year. But the one thing I know about my parents, they moved a lot. And I appreciate that experience. Because when people say, "Oh, I live here all my life," I don't have that experience that I live here all my life. My parents moved around, and that's what gave me the desire to always want to travel, and the desire to see other countries and other places. And even the funny thing about it is, when I got married, I was like, "Oh," I was telling my ex-husband, I was like, "Oh, we can go travel now. We can do some things." He didn't want to go do it. And the minute I got divorced, I was on my first cruise. And I was like, this is the shit I've been talking about. I've been wanting to do. Experiencing, like, I went to Jamaica. I've been on a big old cruise, and I don't even know how to swim. And I got on a big old cruise. I don't care if I don't know how to swim. I'm still going to get in that boat for 7 days. And so I have, I'm just saying, always feeling like obligated to somebody, obligated to people, obligated. Man, I'm tired of that obligation. What about me?
So what's crazy is people that have so much obligation. Normally, the medicine for those people or the therapy given to those people is for them literally to stop for themselves, especially if you feel that those things that you're doing is so important. If it's so important, rest is required. Always. Commercial drivers, people with CDL licenses are not allowed to drive more than a certain amount of hours within a 24-hour period. Literally, it's written into law. They have to keep ledgers and documents of the actual time frames that they're on the road. And when they get pulled over, they have to provide that ledger of time to show that they were not driving for more than a specific 24 hours, because rest is required, because it impacts your reaction time, it impacts your levels of fatigue, it impacts your decision making. This is not something that's made up. This is scientific. The chef with no sleep is not the same chef that's had, that took a day off and had a whole day of rest. There's two different chefs. Rest is required. And if those people that benefit from your hard work are that important, then we have to understand rest is required. In order to build muscle, you have to rest. If you just go and work out 30 days straight, you're going to burn your muscle and decrease your size. Rest is required. So that's something that we always have to think. Yeah, we could just be working, but working at 60% capacity. Is it really work? Is the productivity the same? It's not. So I understand the positive, about our sleep and our diet. I got important things to do. Remember, that thought process got me to YouTube. But by the same token, just having some rest without having to deal with certain things, being able to be out of work for a month and change and forget a couple of passwords, that was a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So it's something to think about. But yo, interesting show tonight.
I want my second clip. I ain't got but one clip in this motherfucker.
Listen, nigga, I ain't fucking with you no more tonight, yo. God damn it, yo. It felt like you done played 5 clips already, my nigga.
Shit, nigga, y'all started with that Boosie bullshit.
This shit, yo. It just seemed like this is like, yo, son.
Badass Boosie bullshit.
I had to go refresh the fucking page to make sure. I'm thinking we on the VictorFREEZE channel, my nigga. It felt like you went 8 clips. Shit. Oh, we got a new name in the week. Oh shit. Kimberly Hope. A cute little baby in there in the car seat.
Hey, Kim, that's my friend. Okay.
Everybody's friend. Man.
See, now we gotta do another one just for Kimberly. Peace, Kimberly.
Andrea, bring all the girls to the yard. Our page is better than yours. What up, Kimberly Hope? I hope you enjoy yourself.
She said we talk too much. Okay, that's what she told me. She said we talk too much.
So that you came here for some ASMR shit? Hold on.
She want to hear as Andrea fan.
No. Let me chew some ice for half an hour.
Put Andrea chewing ice on the 30-minute loop.
Right. I was finna tell her to take the battery up out of her fire detector to piss Joanna off a little more.
And I was telling my girlfriend, I said, hey, it's still acting up. She said, take them down and put them in your room. I don't know what the world is beeping around this house. I said, because Chef is going to be mad if that beeping is in that live tonight. I think I'm going to put my room.
The ghost of Kevin Samuels is turning in his grave. Because, he talked about that on the show. And he talked about the ones that had the shit beeping in the back, yo. All right. So, yo. Okay, so Vic wants us. Hold on. We're going to play that clip. Vic wants us on 5 hours. Hold on. We're about to drop it.
Oh God.
I said,
Hey, Chef, you might want to save that
let
one.
it be in vain.
This morning,
You might want to save that one. That's because that ain't no quick one.
I know the other one that you sent got actual graphic violence depicted in there, and they're gonna take it down like they did the other one.
What was the other one I sent?
The pool.
Okay, play my last clip then. Play my last one.
Hell no. You got to.
It's easy.
You got to.
It's really easy. I want y'all opinion on this one eBay. Okay, play
I'm
my
gonna let
last.
y'all figure it out. I ain't playing shit. Go ahead, y'all figure it out what y'all want, yo.
You said it's violence.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. You sent me the swimming pool.
I don't remember.
You sent me the lady in the swimming pool.
Pull it up for a second. Don't play it. Just pull it up.
Oh, sorry. I think Andrea, it was the swimming pool. You pulled the other one was the Talib.
Oh, okay, that's fine. No, it was the one with the pastor.
No, I'm talking about Vic. I'm talking to Vic though.
Okay.
You said Talib?
Yeah.
Just pull it up. Let me see it.
Talib Kweli.
Pull it up.
IG.
Hit the link. Pull that motherfucker up. I'm visual.
Nigga, you sent the clip. I
don't be remembering. I got like 400 clips. Can you play one of them motherfuckers per show? I don't know.
There you go.
Okay.
I've already lost streams.
And you said that has violence in it?
No.
Or you was talking about a different clip?
There was two clips. You sent one, that was that one, and Andrea sent the one with the swimming pool.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So the swimming pool is the one with the
each one of y'all had one that I was not going to put up. Remember, we did a whole dope, awesome show about the Chris Rock slap, right? YouTube took it down.
Oh, okay.
I appealed, they wouldn't put it back up, so I'm not putting up violence. And what I'm not going to be doing is putting up any topics related to.
Look at my own goddamn email.
Into CIA shitting and choosing into other companies. If you check YouTube guidelines and algorithm guidelines, there's going to be certain information that puts your shit at risk.
Okay, well,
you know what I'm saying? And in terms of the depths of those conversations,
that might have been the wrong clip I sent you more so than that was what I meant to see.
Can we play about the one with the pastor? I wanted to get y'all take on that one.
Well, so let me just say this. You listening?
Yes.
I only play one clip.
Oh, okay.
You had two clips.
Oh, yes.
He's only had one clip. So he's saying he wants his other clip.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Right. So I mean, so you sending me something, Vic? Or...
Yeah, I got you.
Email, right? Because my phone is dead.
All right.
In the meantime, while Vic is getting that set up, let me go and show y'all, talk to y'all about one of the sponsors for today's show, which is also going to be a sponsor for a good time coming. check it out. Maison Choupino, the shoe line. The Zaire Guillaumes and the Maison Choupino flagships. Check them out. High-end quality, not factory machine made, actually factory hand made. Every single shoe has been held and manufactured by a master shoe maker in Italy and shipped from La Marche, Italia, directly to your home. It's not a game. Pay attention. So what we're about to do is film one of the last clips we're going to react to up here. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to send you that one about Michael Bolton. I probably seen one and clicked the wrong damn one.
Okay. That's funny. You don't remember I sent this one to y'all? Good one. Good one. Bear with me.
New concept. This concept of conceiving kids. Now the mother will no longer have to carry the kid for 9 months. Now it can be raised in a bag. How convenient. Mothers will no longer have to sacrifice their time and, most importantly, their bodies. Does this sound like something you would be interested in? I would love to tell you this is a new concept, but if you know anything about human cloning, you would know they've been doing this for quite a long time. Only now is it finding its way to consumers. What's your thoughts on this? Please leave it in the comments. Unanswered Universe. Check out this new concept. This concept of conceiving kids. Now the mother will no longer have to carry the kid for 9 months. Now it can be raised in a bag. How convenient. Mothers will no longer have.
Oof. So, go ahead, Andrea.
Oh shit! What'd you say, Andrea? You on mute?
I'm on mute. I'm like,
oh no, you know, I ain't on mute. Somebody muted that goddamn from the inside.
I'm like, oh, wow.
Would you, if you had that option when you had your children, would you have taken that?
If I had that, no, I wouldn't take that option.
Would you be more likely to have more children at a elevated age?
If I was going to have more children, I would love to take that option. Okay, my 2 was enough to push out, but if I wanted more children, I would take that option. Childbirth is a heavy thing on a woman. It's a lot. It's a lot. Psychological, mentally, physically, it's a lot. I don't think sometimes men understand that.
You good? Good.
Yep. Yeah.
The scary shit is being the oldest one on this panel and reading so much stuff since I was younger. Reading George Orwell, 1984. Reading so many different books that brought so many thoughts to me, and then now being able to live a life where I see some of the weird things that you see in those post-apocalyptic movies, books that talk about the future. I think about those dudes that we called conspiracy theorists back in the 80s, when they was like, listen here, young man, they're going to have barcodes on everything. People going to have barcodes on the back of their neck. They're going to have microchips in your hands and microchips in the dogs. And everybody was looking at them like they were crazy. Everything it's going to be cashless society. There's going to be places that don't even want to take your money. It's going to be all credits and digital and chips and all of that. And we looked at them like they were crazy. We looked at them like, what the hell is this motherfucker talking about? Don't nobody want to hear that Hotep shit. That's the way it was back in the day. And then now, look where we are. Look where we are. Where's your shit at? Right?
Comfortably inside that reality.
All I have to do is this now. I don't even have to take a card out. I can take this thing out and doop. I don't even have to touch contactless payments. You know, there's one guy in particular, I'm not going to say his name, uber wealthy friend. He had the tiny biochip, programmable biochip inside of his finger. And this was before 2006. And he was able to utilize it for his smart home, for his vehicle. It was programmable. NFC. That was one of the early iterations of NSC, which is near field communication, which is this thing here. If you understand, and part of that science is, in terms of the job that I do, this thing here, this thing here that you see, get that little metal thing, they're in a lot of stuff. That's called NFC. That's called near field communication. Hold on. Get closer. That little silver thing there. That's a near field communication chip, which allows communication and unlocking user interfaces between systems, right? So it's everywhere. I actually got the things that those people were talking about. It's a scary aspect of the evolution of society. And sometimes the evolution moves fast, but it may move faster than it should. And then different aspects of morality, different aspects of nature versus nurture come into play. And then for people that are part of religions, it opens up a whole other door of conversations about us utilizing the tools that we have to have a prosperous existence versus playing God. So in terms of that situation there, with everything that I know and understand in life, I'm going to have to play Vic on this one and say needs more information. And when I say needs more information, I'm not feeling it just because of the amount of power that are given to mere mortals. I remember when people used to pray that God gave them a healthy baby. I remember we used to pray that God allowed her to live because, women had a high mortality rate. People prayed for God, Allah, Vishnu, or whoever, Shiva, to give them that outcome that they want, more and more of this almost will decrease the amount of prayer and deference to your creator. If you don't need shit from God, at some point, then people are going to say, then what's the point? What good is he? It's a dangerous fine line that I think that we walk in. It's a dangerous fine line that I think we walk in. But remember, me saying all of this means nothing to that woman that does not have a womb fertile enough to carry a child. So I have to think about her as well, you know, because I could think pie in the sky, but she's the person that has to deal with that. So it's just one of those topics that's just like, that's going to be a debate that's going to rage on. Not just out there, but even within me. So I can admit that. So what you got?
Shit.
So remember we talking about how much he's working? I'm going to put y'all on. Let me just break it down to you. Vic got a storage unit down here in Atlanta, and he has like 14 of those baby incubators in there. So he's doing all of that work for them. All right. So, you know, he got a will situated for all of them. All right. All 14 of them sitting in the incubators. They're going to be calling them Vic's kids.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, shit. I feed them now, they feed me later. Okay.
All right. I'm just wondering where you got the eggs from.
Hey. Golden goose. Golden goose was inside joke. Put it like this. I feel very, close to what you were espousing about, the more you lean into science, the less you have reverence for what God is capable of and what he's for and what he does. However, some may say science is from God, so it just determines or is determined by how you perceive it. Because like you say, for those women who are barren or, for this reason or that one, they may see that as very much so as a blessing or a gift. I think all of these, independent, career-driven women, and let's just say, the brother KS might do a backflip, to know that ladies may then put off, having a child or being in a serious relationship even further. And I think everything has what they call unintended consequences. If this happens, then this is the result, whether you saw it coming or not. So I'm not 100% sure if that would be a good thing, but as it stands, like you say, needs more information. But as long as the children are healthy and don't have any particular mental side effects, but I mean, somebody's got to be the crash test, to go first. So I can foresee that there's probably some bugs that still need to be worked out with that. But gene mapping and what genomics, being able to pick your child's height, eye color, so on and so forth, the God complex. And people are able to do that now, cosmetically. The UK has made it a part of their healthcare system, and they have a universal healthcare system. So as a part of their healthcare system, they're essentially able to edit out known family defects such as sickle cell or heart murmurs and things of that nature, those parts are included inside of the insurance. But for the more affluent clientele, they are able to do more cosmetic things and say, I want my child to be this height. I want him to be this strong, or these eye color, hair color, so on and so forth. And like you say, the things that we could only imagine were far-fetched in fiction, and what people would say you need a tinfoil hat, and they didn't want to be part of those conversations, now are very much so reality. If people are tuned in, the technology is multiplying at an exponential rate. And there's so much going on right beneath our nose where, we still talking about basic finances and relationships, when in all honesty, all kinds of things are being not only discovered, but created right up under our noses and being implemented in government structures and systems that will directly affect us. So, I encourage everybody to just, read more and read a lot of the foreign news, things that are going on outside of America. And this is just a very interesting concept. So I just wanted to see what everybody had to say about it. But like you say, it needs more information. I like to see how that develops.
All right. So, yo.
Yes.
Y'all heard it here first. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If anybody knows what the potlucks are about and what happens during the potluck, potluck is the potluck. If you ever seen the movie Soul Food, that was actually the essence of the potluck. All right. Remember, there was something called Battlegrounds. It was interpolated into the potluck. Anybody remembers Soul Food? What was her name? Mama Joe. Y'all had disagreements. Y'all was gonna sit your ass in front of at the table with everybody else, and y'all was gonna hash the agreements out.
Yes.
Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. That's what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
I get passionate on this channel. I don't get insulting, but I speak from my heart. And maybe at some point I can become like Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and them, where
oh no,
or even Dr. Jordan Peterson, where I'm able to filter that passion in a way, tone it down, and deliver it in more articulate fashion. What's funny is I do it all the time, and I do it in corporate America. This thing here is a outlet for me. It's an outlet for me too. It's a catharsis. So you see me like this, t-shirts, this and that. I don't want to wear my corporate suit on the show. I want to let the internal person out. I want to be the person that communicates. I don't want to hold shit in anymore. I have a platform, and I want to express myself on the platform. So if folks understand that at the end of the day, I may be misguided here. I may disagree with you there. But if you come to the table knowing that I'm a good dude, I feel like everybody else, that when I do get to a conversation that I feel strongly about, that you don't take it personally. And if folks know, I don't know if my cousin Evan Gabriel is still in here. Our barbershop, we're Haitian. Our parents are born in Haiti. We were born in the U.S. But if you ever seen Haitian people talking, they may be talking about how great the dinner they ate was. It sounds like they screaming and arguing. Sports talk, politic talk, all of that stuff. It gets like that. So don't take it personally, folks. This is what we do. At the end of the day, no matter what you see on the screen, you fuck with them, you fuck with me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So what I say is enjoy the show. We're 3 different personalities. We come from different walks of life. We feel differently, we express differently, and we experienced different things. Enjoy the hodgepodge, enjoy the cocktail. So who the hell am I? That makes me a unique soul on this planet? I don't know, yo. I'll let y'all tell me. But we're gonna keep this thing going here. So, yo, lady with the glasses and the $1,200 bundle on her head. Excuse me, $1,200 times 6 bundles on her head. Tell us what makes you a unique soul in this universe.
What makes me a unique soul? I got my own opinion. And I just want to get my opinion, how I feel, how I think, what's my thought process. Shout out to Tough Love with that thought process. Miss you, fella. Hope to see you soon. Makes me a unique soul. I just want to get my opinion on YouTube. It might be different from everybody else. And I like this dynamic we got with me and you and Vic. Y'all balance me. So, yeah, you guys balance me. But tomorrow morning, you should check out Chef Choupino's 2 Cups with Chef tomorrow morning. Come on back. He's gonna be back.
I love promotions, but can you get my shit right though? Can you get the products right? She was like, 2 cups and half a chef. Yeah, I help y'all out, yo. This is what she means. Stay tuned tomorrow. 1 chef, 2 cups. All right. Tomorrow's breaking news. I'm gonna be covering some. I won't tell you which ones, but we're gonna be covering a couple of current events tomorrow. And look at that time. Look at what time. Look at that time. Y'all need to show up.
Okay.
11 a.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Pop through. I'm waking up for you. So can you wake up for me? I'm just saying.
That's that New York slang, okay?
Hey, listen. Look, I just came up with that shit. Like, look, I'm waking up. Can you wake up for me, boo? For me, ma? All right. Bang it. Hey,
you know, black people don't get out of church till 1.
Okay.
Listen, I'm battling with your favorite pastor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
At the doors of the church.
And on Monday, we have a very special stream coming up on Monday. Normally we don't go on Mondays, but this one here, this was a very important stream that's coming up. And I'll show you what it is. Hold on one moment. Where are we? There we go. This is a very special stream setup. All right. Here we go. And it's called Truth and Balance Presents Redemption. Chef and Andrea interview Real Talk 87. Real Talk 87 is also he's a YouTube personality and monetized channel. You know, he has a large following, larger than us, you know, and his life has taken him through different things in different situations, and he was able to find a certain level of redemption. And, you know, it's going to be a different format. It's going to be really dope. I think we curated something nice. And he's going to be sharing aspects of his life and his travels. And if you look at the imagery here, just to give you a full screen, you know, and yeah, Papa Kala, I designed this myself, but I want you to understand the importance of the imagery that was used here. All right. And so if you look at the image itself, hide that chat. You look at the imagery itself, you see it. You could see the almost transparent image in the background with the hand behind the bars. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh my God.
I sent you the thumbnail first.
I just looking at it. I'm like, okay, I glanced at it. I put makeup on when I see it. My bad. But
Okay, so you had some concealer in your eye. All right. We'll give you that.
Oh my God. That
You
is
see it? Yeah. When you go home, I want you to zoom into the thumbnail.
okay. Wow.
So, yeah. So stay tuned. You know, we're trying to do what we're trying to do to make sure that we not only keep you. Remember, we want to keep you EI, period. That's my theory. Education, information, entertainment, and intrigue. Intrigue, I try to keep that rabbit hole for you. I may have an overarching idea, theory that I want to bring across, but we're going to use what we use to walk you down that road. So, Vic, let these folks know what makes you an important, unique soul in this universe here.
Those around me and my Father above. Simple as that. I am a collection of all of those things that have brought you the man you hear inside of your telephone or computer. I'm motivated by more than money, and my end goal is the will of the fathers, and it's just that simple. You know, it may sound complex, you know, as it come out of my mouth, but it really all comes down to something quite that simple. If you all want to find me or hear more of what makes me and what I'm about, find me, join me on VictorFREEZE Music, all one word. And if you put that into your Google search bar, you'll find me. You'll see the logo you see in front of you now. So I do appreciate everybody for coming out and taking your precious time to, you know, hear the thoughts of the people on the panel and just kick it and chill with us and you know, hear our thoughts and have conversation and fellowship with those who are in the chat. You know, you say it's just YouTube, but this is very much so a real community, and we appreciate each and every one of you all. So thank you all for joining us one more time, and hopefully you'll do it again.
Damn it. I got to say that shit again. You know, my mute issue. I said, I want to send a special shout out to one of our most consistent supporters and the troll we love the most. Right? Joanna Washington. And when I say troll, it's not a negative thing. She participates in this thing. She's a panelist from the chat. There's times we agree. There's times we don't agree. There's times she and I gets into it. But guess what? You'll see her every time. And when she says, let me up, we let her up. Whether we know she agrees with us in the chat or not, we let her up because she's a part of this. So, am I still muted? Okay, that was before. So, what I would say to this is this. And this is, you know, I don't like to apologize privately and on, you know, when things happen in public. I ain't had no issue with you, Joanna. We was in pocket tonight. And where you were in pocket in the total antithetical, you know, side of the argument that I was spitting. So you were getting the heat. Your messages would have went up in there without a dollar attached to it. You get what I'm saying? So you already know what it is. I do appreciate you. And I appreciate you being a part of this show and continuing to be a part of this show. And quite honestly, when you bring your dissension to some of the conversations we have, you make it entertaining. You were one of the stars of the Nathan Daly and Information Man show, right? So for the record, y'all, you see what you see? We have different show formats for different reasons, and they each hit a little differently. You may love me in one, you may hate me in another, and you may kind of like me in another, but it's okay. Peace to Brother Sly, because I am a heavily flawed individual, and I come into this forum recognizing that. The only thing I could hope is that you motherfuckers find at least just one little reason to love me, and I'll be okay. So all I could say is peace, love, light, and laughs to each and every one of you guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. You already know what we do here. We don't just send you to the streets just with a walk. How do we send y'all out, yo? Can I get 2 people to tell us in the chat how we send y'all out? Anybody? I ain't ending the show until you tell me how we normally send you out of this piece. We're vibing. We out.
Hop on, jump, it's the weekend. Dream come true with the big friends. Hitting on doors, that's a defense. Rolling with all, that's that offense. It me change, you let me peach. With a bull shaking to my maybe drop bands. So they don't buy, and I say, so they don't buy, you the give play. Baby, tell me what you want. Julian, I know you need fun. Ever since remember we been knocking at the door. Y'all been moving paper, we be running up the school. Y'all before that pillar, we was sleeping on the floor. West side Africa, you know the shit ain't far. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care.
Bobby, baby, Bobby, come roll with me.
All night long.
As times relax, my mind's relax. I got now from who got next. Here's my number, just send a text. You got a man and she responds, nah. Okay, sure enough, I'ma let you go, don't wanna hold you up. I'ma call your phone when I put it up. Whoever let you go must be dumb as fuck. Wait for. Girl, you so fine, I'll pay for. Fly you first class to LA for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Body so blessed, I pray for. Because I don't care what you say.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long.
My nigga, I killed it. Night long. This the part where you get your girl, nigga. Make sure she focused, nigga. Make sure you focus, nigga. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, hit it.
I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say. We don't care. Bobby, driving all night long. I don't care what they say.
That's a hit for your ass, nigga. Hit for your ass, nigga. Prophet the One. Follow me on all Instagram sites, PROPA.